All right, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Wiley Show. We are here, and I want to say welcome to everybody that is in the building. Thank you all for coming through on this amazing journey. I mean, we're here yet again, and I got to talk about the amazing pay-per-view last night. They don't really call it pay-per-view. They call it, I'm going to still call it a pay-per-view, right? The Royal Rumble came on last night, and let me tell you, last night, just to sum up my review, and I got to start doing it when the show ends, but I had to go to work, so I'm literally not scheduling my job if it's a pay-per-view or a live event, a major event on Saturday. I'm not going to work on Sunday so I can do my review as soon as it aired. But baby, when I tell you last night Royal Rumble did not disappoint. I mean, Jay Cargill, this black woman, physically strong, just amazing, like an amazing talent. The women, I couldn't believe it. And I wasn't into women wrestling, right? I used to fast forward through their segments. Not anymore. Whoever invested in the women's division need a raise, right? The women now is more entertaining than the men. I mean, Jay Cargill came in there, muscular with a six-pack. I can't believe it. I'm like, oh my gosh, just to see that iconic moment with the women and everybody have been, just been talking about the women division. They dominate the men. The TNA women's champion came, dominated. I've never seen a woman from another promotion come into WWE and was treated like an equal. Baby, she fit right into the WWE system. So I gotta give it to the women. Kudos to the Bianca Belair, like kudos to the women. I'm already hearing rumblings. I'm like, I'm about to buy because I want to see women in wrestling because I come from the era where women was treated like a bra and panty match. They have to get into it was really a wet t-shirt contest. It was literally a joke. They was literally just filling time for like the main events, right? For the male wrestlers. They were talented, but they were treated less than. They were treated, bra and panty match. It was just treated as objects. Like, you look like models. That's how they were treated. But now, baby, the women is athletic. Baby, they coming in dominating the television time because it was decades that women was not respected. For the last, I would say, maybe about a solid decade, probably less than a decade, couple of years, the women, they're putting a lot of money. They main event pay-per-views. That never was the thought back in the Attitude Era, right? We had some great women. We had Lita. We had Chyna. We had, Trish Stratus. We had Stacey Abrams. Was it Stacey Abrams? Baby, Stacey Abrams. Stacey Kibler. I said Stacey Abrams. But I said Stacey Abrams. Okay, Stacey Kibler. So we had women like really was doing it back then, but they wasn't really given the time to like main event to have the women's Royal Rumble. It was more entertaining than the men. Then we got to get into the men Royal Rumble. It was good. I just watched last night. I just got to get it. Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk, the last two standing. They really put on a good match. I am glad that Cody Rhodes could get the finish. The story coming from AEW as an executive to just becoming an American like just the American nightmare. It's just been amazing. Like he did an incredible job. CM Punk is doing great too. And I'm kind of over with my family because they broke my chair. What was that? Money in the Bank chair. I'm over it. Because that was the last time I seen CM Punk wrestle in person. I'm a Chicago in all day. So I support CM Punk all day. He's such an amazing talent. And I'm glad he's in WWE because they can do so much with him. WWE have decades of experience. They know how to do stories. Sometimes they get it wrong, but when they get it right, they get it right. And I think he's in the right moment to go back and forth with Cody and with the Elimination Chamber. I would love to see them just go back and forth. But the women division, I just want to see. I mean, I want to see Jade Cargill just go at it. I mean, I really want to see her have an amazing story. A lot of people wanted her to win, but that wasn't going to happen. They literally was going to let, you know, the women that have been putting in the work to win, and they want to build up. You know, they want to build up Jade, so they want to build up the storyline. They just can't just give her the spot. It messes up the storyline. It's about building a storyline so it could be a moneymaker. Potentially, it'd be a WrestleMania 40. She will just dominate. I mean, everybody will be focused on that. I mean, I'm just really, really, really here for it. But back to Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, he was like, I'm not gonna lose to Dusty's kid. Like, I like CM Punk on the mic as a, you know, person that can do definitely great stuff. He's just an amazing wrestler. And he can back up his talking mess. He can back it up in the ring. I'm just really looking forward to it. Now let's get to the mess. Now, after Royal Rumble was over, I cannot go to sleep because they had a press conference. Baby, that press conference had so many people in that press conference. Everybody was in, their mom was in the press conference. It was about 80,000 people in the live chat on the WWE YouTube channel. I mean, millions of people watching on Peacock. And I was just waiting on the question, right? I was waiting on the main question about Vince McMahon and those allegations. Now, when I was reading the complaint, I took myself over there to the law channel, and baby, Vince McMahon, the woman put in the complaint, the former employee of WWE, said that Vince defecated on her and told her to keep doing acts to him, and then shared her with other executives. So I'm like, ew, poo-poo. Okay. I'm like, I'm over it. So she wants more money, right? So they asked Triple H, you know, about the allegations, and Cody answered it well. He did a great answer, very good answer. But Triple H was dodging that question. He was like, don't ask me, don't ask me. We're gonna focus on it. Baby, you cannot. Of course, we focusing on Royal Rumble, but baby, y'all got a whole doo-doo cloud over y'all, no pun intended, with Vince McMahon up here screwing his employees against their will, touching them and trafficking them. So, of course, the question was going to come up, how can you try to avoid it? And then Triple H was dodging the question. He got dragged on Twitter. Hopefully, he can have a better answer. Just say, you know, it's being investigated. We are praying for all parties involved, and we're going to allow this to play out in the legal system. Again, we're going to pray. Do something like that, but don't dodge the question because it make you look guilty. Because again, Triple H is Vince McMahon's son-in-law. So the rumbling that I'm hearing, that of course he knew this was going on, he covered it up. But you know, Triple H is in a hard place because he can't seem to be throwing his family under the bus, and then he's a company guy. He don't want to jeopardize the future with doing, because he loved what he do. He can't wrestle anymore due to heart problems, so he can only be a suit and a tie. He's an executive, right? He's the chief executive officer, right? He's the head man in charge with the storylines, right? He has so much power in WWE concerning the storyline. So I just feel like who get pushed, who don't get pushed. But the problem is these allegations, and it's not going anywhere, baby. This lawsuit is going to be ugly because this is the first of many suits that's going to come from Vince McMahon. This ain't going to be the only one of the lawsuits that's going to come of Vince McMahon. I'm going to just tell you that right then and there. This ain't going to be the first one. Neither is going to be the last one, baby. But Royal Rumble wasn't overshadowed with the allegation of Vince McMahon. Thank God, because they put on a good show. Maybe they need more allegations. Maybe they'll put on some good shows. Maybe some more allegations need to happen to WWE. But last night they put on some good shows. Now, I give this pay-per-view 2 thumbs up. It was iconic, beginning, middle, end. Roman Reigns, that fatal 4-way, I knew he was going to win. It's going to go to WrestleMania 40. He's going to drop the belt at WrestleMania 40. It's going to be an iconic moment. But it was just a great 44,000 people in the seats was attending Royal Rumble. And I almost wanted to go buy me a ticket for Ticketmaster for WrestleMania. But I looked at them tickets and a good seat at $10,000. I looked at it and clicked off and kept moving. And I would love to go to WrestleMania, but I want a good seat. I really want to be at WrestleMania 40. If I can't, even the nosebleed seat is about $500, $600, $700, and I ain't got it. But if somebody want to bless me to go to WrestleMania 40, because that's like a goal of mine to go to WrestleMania, who don't want to go to WrestleMania 40, right? But baby, them tickets was up there, and baby, on the floor seats, $10,000. Baby, $10,000. I clicked off Ticketmaster and I went on and bought me and my mama a ticket to the gospel concert that's gonna come up in a couple of months. That's the only thing I was able to afford, some gospel. I couldn't afford the wrestling tickets. It was too expensive. So, but nevertheless, if I don't go, I'll be watching WrestleMania 40 on the big screen with the right folks. Let me stop saying that. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So yeah. All right. So let's move on from Royal Rumble. But again, I will review this next week. I'm sorry, I will review Raw tomorrow. Right after Raw airs. Hopefully I can, do it because I'm trying to get into the mode right after it airs to really get into it. They said how much was the gospel ticket? The gospel ticket is like $60 per ticket, about $60 plus fees. So I went on and bought that. Okay, and I will be, getting it in with, praising the Lord. Ask people at the gospel concert, can they take up a collection for you to get to WrestleMania? But nevertheless, one day I'll be able to afford that. But this ain't the day. You know what I'm saying? Because them tickets is a lot. $10,000, baby. When I saw them tickets, I kept scrolling. But $10,000, you know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, this was back years ago, I had got a floor seat from Money in the Bank, and that was about $300, right? But now them tickets up to 10 grand. Yikes. There's no way in the world that I can pay that. Not yet. One day that's going to be like 2 cents to me. Nothing to me, right? But today ain't that day. But I said one day I'll be able to afford that type of money, the $10,000. One day I'll be able to afford it. $10,000. But today ain't the day. But yeah, $10,000 for a wrestling event because people love wrestling. I mean, it's a great entertainment. You know what I'm saying? I think like you must got to be in it. So like when people criticize me for watching, oh, you watch wrestling, but you watch Real Housewives. That's your great thing. You know what I'm saying? It's awesome. I think that it's an incredible moment. That's what you do. You watch reality TV. I'm a WWE fan. I love wrestling, right? I have wrestling shirts at my house in Dallas. Got to get some more wrestling gear. I'm a huge wrestling fan. And so me stepping into this territory, it's exciting. And it's so exciting. And at first, I was nervous because for a long time, I was talking to my mentor. I'm really nervous to talk about wrestling in front of the people because all I'm known for is talking about Nick and Cardi and Megan. And I want to talk about other stuff that really piques my interest because technically, Nicki doesn't do it for me. I like talking about it because it gives me good engagement. But I'm not a huge Nicki fan. Neither I'm a huge Megan fan. I don't listen to them every day. I listen when they drop something new or whatever, and I'm moving right on. Pretty much listen to my gospel music and watching WWE. I ain't watching no Nicki, Bigfoot, Twisted Foot, Bigfoot, swollen ankle, dead mamas. I'm entertaining now for a click and a view so I can just talk about it. But once I'm done talking about it, I ain't talking about Bigfoot, Flatfoot, Twisted Foot. I ain't talking about that at all once I'm done talking about it on YouTube. That ain't enough for a click and a view. And baby, I'm taking my big twisted foot to the gym on the good foot with the white folks, okay? So that's about it, okay? But I'm just keeping it all the way real. So I just love, the product of WWE. I love the product. I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of it, right? And so, a couple of my friends or whatever, when they come over, they over it. They just over it. I don't want to watch it. Well, you can leave. It's my house. Whatever I'm watching, you got to watch I don't care. You better put your headphones on, whatever, but not even put your headphones on. Baby, you better act like you enjoyed it because I feel disrespect. I'm a very jealous person. So whatever I watch, you better act like you better have your face glued to the screen, okay? Because I like to watch WWE wrestling. So when I do my show, you know what I'm saying? This is why I'm stacking up my bread so I can be able to watch it again and do, like, I have my TV playing WWE, and then I'm literally doing celebrity gossip. And then somebody told me, they said, well, why don't you integrate your wrestling stuff to your YouTube channel? I never thought about it. I said, what? Really? And so I said I was going to do it right here on the wrestling channel. And I went back to my colleague and I went back to the Scorpion Show. And I was like, oh my God, the Scorpion Show would cover WrestleMania. He would bring the wrestling belts. He would really go to wrestling events and he would talk about it on the Scorpion Show. And they was in for it. He just didn't stick with it. You know, he retired and went on over there to the call center. But that was a part of his brand. So I said, okay, I'm definitely going to do it. I love wrestling, and we're going to talk about the wrestling. And if we can have a conversation, I'm going to put somebody on the phone because I got to talk about it. And I'll be talking to Don about it. And we were texting about the wrestling, the event last night. And I got to text and talk about it to somebody because that's how I love it. Because back in the day, I had, you know, elementary friends when I was in elementary, and we were talking about it. But as an adult, it's kind of hard unless you got white people, right? The white folks, you know, they talk about it. That's why I wish I had a lot of white friends because they into that type of stuff. So, because when I went to WWE, when I went to WWE event, I went to WrestleMania, and I was talking to the white folks, and it was just so iconic. They was really talking about the culture, the different wrestlers. It was just amazing. We was booing, we was yelling, we was having a good old time with the white folks. So, and so I felt honored talking to them, and we didn't care if we were black, white, or whatever. We were just fans of WWE, fans of the product. And I love it. And so then I saw some sisters we were talking about wrestling. People forget black folks watch wrestling too, especially older black people, right? I have a lot of patients that I know that they all watch WWE. They love the product. And so I love the product. And it's just really good, you know, watching it as a fan right now, because it's the best era to be a wrestling fan because it's so accessible and it's affordable in some cases to watch it on streaming, you know? Back in the day, it was very expensive. You had to pay a heavy cable bill. I mean, a pay-per-view was about $40-$50 back in the day. Now you could pretty much watch that. I watched that pay-per-view for $2.99 a month. For $2.99. I'm on that special they have for Peacock. So I was up there paying for that, even though I got the ad one and not the one the ad free. I don't care about the ads. I just learned to deal with it because I already paid the $2.99 for that promotional, because anytime at the beginning of the year, a little thing to help y'all, they do a $2.99 promo. Like for all them streaming services, except Netflix, but like Hulu do a promotion, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Peacock, all of them do like promotionals in the beginning of the year or doing National Streaming Day, right? So you really have to watch out for those promotions. But Royal Rumble, I give it 2 thumbs up. The women did it for me, and I'm in love. I'm in love with the women, okay? The women do run the world, baby. They run in WWE right now. I got to give it to the women. And so to Vince McMahon, I mean, his vision, but it was Stephanie McMahon. It was I believe Stephanie McMahon was a huge component or a voice to really push the women to the forefront, and it worked. Her strategy worked, and now, you know, the women are dominating right now. They're really dominating. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. All the odds, all the ads are LGBT. Hey, Wiley. Hello, welcome. Now we got to get into some very sad news, you guys, and very sad news, and I'm going to say something. I want you all to understand there's going to be some very sad news that I will talk about in this particular broadcast. And these 2 teenagers, you guys, was deleted in the Loop area. And so everybody in Chicago have been talking about this all over the city. and the state rather have been just talking about this everywhere. And so to give you all what happened, these two teenagers in downtown got out of school and they were ambushed and they got deleted right outside the building. Literally got deleted right outside the building of their school. And so I heard the news and immediately I read, I was emotional. I was crying. I was hurt. Then I put on my reporter hat and I said, first of all, I used to go in that same building on 17 North State Street because I went to Westwood College. You know, that college is shut down because of fraud and everything else. But anyway, it was a for-profit university. And I went to Westwood College and we was at 17 North State Street. The high school was pretty much on different floors. The high school was there, and Westwood had multiple floors. So I used to know some of the teachers there, the principal there. I was very active, right, in that building because I went to college there. And just to see, and I never would have thought that somebody can get deleted in downtown. Now, I know in Inglewood, that's very possible because I've seen people get deleted right up the street from my grandmother's house. Multiple people, right, get pop at multiple neighbors, etc. But never have I seen that in the Loop area, especially to a place where I was physically there many, many years ago. And the other sad part about it is we sent an email to that particular building because we wanted to do some office space there because it's a great area and it's so convenient to the station and it's very connected to City Hall. So we was planning on, renting some office space there so we can go to City Hall, cover city government, go back and really send invitations to alderman people and say, hey, can you come and do a sit-down interview with us? And we would send you a car service and we're right up the street from, a couple of blocks from City Hall. So that was pretty much the plan. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh. So with these two teenagers getting deleted, first of all, I said it was an ambush, that they a target. And so I'm glad that people don't want to say this. Well, people are afraid to say it, but they were deleted because of gang thug activity. I just call it what it is. Those two young people, I don't believe that they were innocent high schoolers. I believe they were targeted. It was something where their family could have been a part of or them themselves. And people just don't want to say it because they don't want to mess up with the Black Lives Matter or whatever, but they were probably into something. And if because I got a gut feeling of to check their social media, check their Snapchat, check whatever, and I can guarantee you either A, they made fun of the ops, made jokes about the ops, saying some foolish stuff about the ops, and the ops is the opposition on a rival gang, and they came up because you cannot tell me that you pull up to where they go to school at. So that means there's somebody in that school or they knew the schedule. It don't have to be nobody in the school. You know when somebody getting dismissed from school. That's common sense. You pretty much know. That's a simple Google search. But you got to know that those two souls were targeted. And I personally could just say that they were just targeted because they were doing some gang activity. This wasn't an innocent, just, oh my God, it just happened. No. Mm-mm. They were just targeted. That when those people got out of them trucks and cars, pulled out them poom poom pow, they went directly to those two people. Right? To those two people. Now, when they do their investigation, I understand the Chicago Police Department, Mayor Johnson got to play it safe because these are minority people. So you got to play it safe, but you eventually going to have to just tell the truth that they were in some street activity. Either they were personally in it or their family was in it. But you cannot tell me they just two trucks, two people, just boom, boom, just random. I don't think that's just a random thing. No. Believe that would just and one of the guys that he's a really an activist that been in the city, I believe, for years, right? Every time I see when somebody get deleted, he always showing up talking. And because one of the boys was 17 and was 16 and 17 years old, and and then one of the innocent bystanders were grazed. Witnesses at the scene said they heard up to 20 pow 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 at the group, and one high-ranking police official described the pow pow as a ambush. No one was in custody as of Saturday afternoon, police said. The principal of Innovation High School called the boys' deletion a devastating loss in a statement late Friday. So Mayor Johnson, of course, he addressed the situation. You know, he always gives this sad, pathetic address. He's just a weak leader. He needs to be recalled because he's just weak, and he's just a weak leader. Very pathetic. Honestly, he just, and I've been dragging him, and I couldn't. And shout out to Mr. Attorney that I love, my attorney guy that comes on the show, but he's just a pathetic man. I can I say it? I know that ain't politically correct, but the man is weak. But clear as day that they're saying they're calling this an ambush. And I am really believe that we gotta allow and put investment into the police and federal resources because it's creeping downtown. And I hope the alderman in that ward will literally demand that the city do more police investments. I'm sorry. Because when you lack with the police, you allow these ruthless thugs to run rapid in the streets. We need a strong leader with a strong backbone that will let the police do their job. Now, I'm not saying let the police just go innocent on innocent people. No. I'm saying let the police arrest these ruthless thugs. And let me expand this. Please, in the next election cycle, people that live in Cook County, including myself, that we elect a strong prosecutor that will prosecute these thugs to the fullest of the law. Thuggish people do not need to be on the street. They need to be in jail, not on a monitor, house arrest, in jail, or waiting for trial. Especially if you're accused of violent, and we need to add carjacking to the scene. I personally believe that. I believe in, don't get me wrong, I've interviewed Kim Fox. I feel like she looked like she's a nice lady. She smelled really nice, but she was a weak prosecutor. Very weak, soft on crime. And we need a prosecutor that will put fear in these thugs. We need to bring it back. And we need a strong police force with federal resources. And we need everybody together from the Cook County Prosecutor's Office, from the state to the federal, all the way to the local. We need to have that as a coalition to bring down the crime because it's creeping in predominantly safe areas that you would never dream in the Diamond District that pow just going these ruthless thugs and just going through. Where is the force of the police? They need to rain down the force of police. And Mayor Johnson, and I reached out to his people. I'm like, y'all are the most incompetent administration I've seen in my life. Y'all worse than Lori Lightfoot. Okay? You're worse than her. You need to be recalled. And I can't wait to get a property in Chicago. If I have to run for Chicago for mayor, I would do just exactly that. Because y'all are very weak. And not only black folks are complaining, the white folks are complaining, the Mexican people are complaining. All law-abiding citizens in the city of Chicago feel like they're unsafe and they want to leave. And some would have been gone a long time if it wasn't for them owning a home and have families. Many of the people are leaving the city of Chicago because of the incompetence of Mayor Johnson. Governor Pritzker don't have a strong backbone. He's a whole governor. He's not a governor like Texas. He weak. And at least with the governor in Texas, roll around in his chair, but he demand authority and respect. The man The governor of Texas in his wheelchair going back and forth with the president of the United States saying, player, we ain't listening to you. We gonna continue to protect the border. Governor Pritzker somewhere being weak. Mayor Johnson somewhere being weak. And they're not doing a great job. They're losing the battle. And usually you're supposed to protect downtown, because that's your moneymaker. That's the crown jewel of Chicago. If you let these ruthless thugs run that, you will lose all those great business. No business will stay. It will be just like the filthy parts of Oakland or Sacramento, California, the filthy parts of California, because California is a blue place, but it's run by ruthless thugs. Businesses are fleeing Oakland. They're shutting down fast food restaurants, not because they're not making any money, because their customers are getting robbed, deleted, carjacked. And then you get the Governor Newsom walking and running around defending President Biden, and his state is a piss poor, homeless, and run by ruthless thugs and homeless people. So again, I personally feel like you shouldn't be out here trying to be an advocate for President Biden when your state is literally piss poor, that you're literally giving illegals health care, and you got homeless Americans, been homeless forever, working jobs, and still got to sleep, boo-boo, and burn a fire to keep warm out in the street. I just don't understand that at all. And you talking about you want to run for president, you won't get my vote at all. You ain't getting my vote, Mr. Newsom, and I don't care how good you look, I don't care how articulate you sound. Your state is run by homeless people, is flooded by homeless people. You got people that live in high rises paying about $10,000 a month. Soon they go outside their building, they get swarmed by piss and stinky homeless people. Let's keep it together. Okay, I just got to keep that all the way real. I have to say this from the heart, because this problem has been going on for decades, and they can change it, but they're not willing to change it. And they don't like to be called out on it. And so when it comes to the city of Chicago, it's turning to the filthy parts of California. And we must change that, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm so glad when I was watching Fox News today. Of course, I do watch Fox News. I was interested in one particular segment of Fox News. These two African Americans in the South Shore area have sued the city because the city tried to house these migrants in a high school that was shut down. These two African American, beautiful African American people, a married couple at that, sued the city, won, and the city said, we ain't gonna put the migrants there. They sued the city. They had every right to sue the city. And then I'm listening to this one particular segment of these black people talking. The city is literally giving landlords or landowners, landlords, money, slumlords, to house migrants and their slumlords. And then they're giving these people rental assistance, food assistance, all of this. What about the black and the brown? And this is why I think Republicans are going to win, because that's a mass. If Republicans stick with that one agenda, baby, you got the White House, you got the State House, you got the district. If you stick and stay on message, if Trump literally stick and stay on message with the immigration problem, baby, you gonna win that White House. I don't care how many indictments you got. Baby, you may even win the state of Illinois. You may even flip Illinois red, because now Illinois is dealing with the migrant, and it ain't just in Chicago. Baby, they dropping them all through this state. And that's very smart, because if we bring this and make this a problem in this blue state, it may not be that blue. It may be purple, and it may even turn red. So I just think that we're going to be shocked in November, because I think we're predicting that these blue states just going to vote blue. I highly doubt it, because now you got this migrant crisis. You might get all these blue folks say, I'm going to take my chances with Trump, because he wasn't bringing in all of these illegal people and stealing our resources. So I'm going to vote for Trump. And it may even shock the Democrats. I don't even think the Democrats even know that there's a war going on and they're losing the war. And now Biden, and now because he know he's losing this particular argument, let's do something about immigration. It's too damn late. It's too damn late. You should have did something about this border the first 100 days in office. How the hell you think Biden and the administration, Biden, I'm going to talk about Biden because you're the president, right? How you think you're going to negotiate a deal with the Senate? They ain't going to vote for no immigration deal. No, I don't care if it's a good deal. They not going to vote for it. Why would they do it? You a lame duck. This your last, supposed to be, you in a re-election. They're not going to help you and do it. And even if you do pass it, it ain't going to help the people that's already here. Baby, in order for you, Biden, to get some support for people that's independent, that pretty much flee into the Republican Party, you need to do a mass deportation. I'm sorry. You need to do a mass deportation and just deport them people that you need to address the nation, say, all right, this is President Biden. We are addressing the nation. I've ordered the Department of Defense. We are doing a mass deportation. We are doing a mass deportation. If you came here illegally, we ask you to pack your bags and to leave immediately. We're coming to find you. We're coming to your homes. We're coming to the workplace. You will be put back to your native land. You must come here legally, and just deport them back. I'm sorry. Because when Trump get in, his main thing, when he gonna come in, all the people that's here, he gonna get all this massive media attention. They're gonna be deported, and black folks gonna applaud it because they're gonna say, we want y'all out of our neighborhoods. Y'all stealing our resources, so go back to your country because this is our resources, right? So that's pretty much what Trump gonna do when he get elected. All the people that he gonna deport them back. It's just gonna be that simple. And baby, they're gonna make a lot of money. It's gonna be a lot of open vacancies to work to deport people, and they're gonna make a lot of bread because baby, they're gonna be deporting them back. And then they're gonna stop coming to the border like that because we're gonna get back to over there. Oh, baby, we ain't gonna be able to do it because he's deporting us all, our aunties, our uncles. And his policy was, Trump policy was, if I'm coming to get this one illegal person, and you living in that house, I'm asking for IDs, and y'all all gonna be fingerprinted. And if all y'all undocumented illegal, all y'all getting deported. It used to be, well, we just gonna deport the people that commit a felony. Under Trump, you illegal? I don't care if it was a misdemeanor. I don't care if you didn't commit no crime. Technically, you already committed a crime when you fled to this country illegally. You will be deported. So just like he did, he extended what President Obama did. See, President Obama was able to get away with a lot of stuff. If President Obama wasn't black, he would be considered and be celebrated as a Republican. He was a very conservative man because he deported a lot of people. People forget that because we were black. We was happy to see a black family. Oh, we so happy. Oh, we got a black family. Chicken wings and watermelon. Collard greens. But he was deporting them too. And so he was separating them from their families too. But I believe Trump was so vocal because Obama did it secretly. He talked with a soft tone. He didn't really do no press conference. Oh, he was so nice. He walked with a good old swag. Oh, he got a family. Oh, cuckoo. But Trump, you're out of here. You're fired. You know, he was very loud and boisterous. And that's why people love Trump so much because he bragged about the stuff even when you didn't agree. You couldn't come here. We're shutting it down. Like he's very loud with whatever, right? Even if he's wrong, baby, he gonna be loud and wrong. But guess what? He gonna be loud. All right, but when it comes to Obama, he talked very slow. He had to think about what he got to say. So in right here on the immigration problem, I'm not a president of the Democrats or Republican president. I am a president of all America. I'm the president of the United States of America. There is no black America or no white America. There is only the United States of America. And this is Trump. We're going to make America great again. Believe me, these illegal people, Biden, very weak Biden. He's so weak. What did you do to the African-American community? The African-American, Chicago, the beautiful Chicago, excuse me, is flooded by illegal people. I want them to come in here legally. Biden, excuse me. I want them to come in here legally. Biden, under me, we're going to build a beautiful wall. A beautiful, massive wall. And I support Texas. I want the barbed wires. Believe me, we're going to make this country safe again. We're going to build a wall, a beautiful wall. We're going to put a beautiful door there, right behind beautiful door and everything like that. So he's just going to just drag. He's going to really echo the African-American people. And then he's going to say, African-American people, they're taking your job. These illegal people, African-Americans, they came to this country. They built this country. These African-Americans, believe me, you all built this country. You built this country and they just stealing your resources. And Biden failed policy. Biden, he's the most wicked. He gonna make it simple, funny. He gonna be Biden. He can't hardly open up his mouth. So yeah, he gonna be stuttering. It ain't gonna work. He's gonna lose it on that debate stage. Trump is going to drag Biden. He's going to drag him on immigration, Chicago. When the DNC come, and I don't know why they picked Chicago. Baby, they're going to have so many illegal people here. It's going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess. And that's why, and this is what they don't want y'all to know. Baby, I got to say it. I know this is why I don't get invited to City Hall. I'm going to have to be there with the regular crowd. But they're already telling Mayor Johnson, allegedly, how about you evict them? Because we can't have them around the DNC. Don't put them around the United Center where the DNC going to be. But now he's in a hard place because now they said, don't evict them. Don't put them out on the street. They're going to be there. And Democrats, y'all lost this. Baby, they're going to keep busting them, putting them on planes. They want all the type of drama. Baby, this is what the Republicans going to do, Democrats. Baby, they're going to put them on planes all through Illinois, all through downtown, all through the United States. They're going to keep busting them. They're going to leave with no coats, no socks. They want all the drama. And guess what? That is going to dominate the media attention. Then they're going to interview the people. They're going to be speaking in their language. They're going to be speaking in their language. They're going to be hungry, blah, blah, blah. And then the black people, we want our rights. We want our rights. Go back to your home. Go back to your home. It's going to be a whole cultural war. And guess who's going to look the same? Trump. It's going to be a whole war. Black, we want our rights. We want our rights. We fought for this country. 1619. We was bought in here in chains. We still waiting on our 3 acres and a mule. We still waiting on our stuff. Go back to your country. More black power. And this is going to be a whole lot of stuff. Then you're going to have the white people on that. Jay, get out of our neighborhoods. Get out of our neighborhood. It's going to be iconic. And guess what I'm going to be at? I'm going to be right there. Oh, I'm going to record it all. Because this is going to be history. I want to be out there in the streets. Because again, when I went to City Hall, and this time I want to prepare. I ain't have no mics and stuff. But this time, baby, we going to be prepared. Baby, we going to have cameras on the glasses, on the hats and everything. But when you go to City Hall, baby, you feel the culture. Them black folks ain't with this. It's no such thing as no black and brown coalition. That's cap. They don't believe in that at all. Because they come here and they have their own thing. But let me tell you, it's gonna be iconic. When I went to City Hall, I felt the energy. I'm on the train. I'm talking to voters, especially black women, and they're saying, Trump, build that wall, Trump. These are black folks that never were thinking about Trump. They all voted for Obama and Biden. But now they're talking about they're going to vote for Trump. Trump, build that wall, Trump. Black folks, they got their black mouth, baby. They got their black mouth. They got their pants hanging out, showing their cheeks, and they all screaming, Trump. We want Trump. And that's what Democrats, it ain't going to work no more because you can't talk about them because they're going to look in their neighborhoods like under Trump, we didn't have this problem. And they did not have that problem under Trump. They weren't in Chicago under the Trump administration. They was under Biden and Kamala Harris, the Biden-Harris administration. So I'm going to be right there with my camera. It is what it is because I'm going to be right there with, with the black folks and with the white folks. I'm going to be right there interviewing people, baby. I'm going to be all boots on the ground because that's my moment because I was there in the forefront when I went to City Hall and I knew City Hall was going to erase me from the email. Pretty much they did that. They were so nice because I was nice to them because they didn't know, right? I'm just trying to get in. They ain't give me no press credential, right? Said, cool, they give me no press credential. They weren't really doing no press conference, right? And then when I start to criticize the administration and I'm black, right? It got back to Mayor Johnson people, his press corps. And They erase me. Like, I don't get the email. I used to get the good morning. This is Mayor Johnson's schedule. I don't get the public schedule anymore. I used to get the schedule. I used to get the public statements before it dropped to the media because I'm just not going to play this game. I got to keep it real. It's live. It's people lives on the line. And I will never forget it when Attorney Carlton came on my show. He said, man, give him a chance. I said, we can't afford to give him a chance because once you become a mayor, you do have some power. Baby, you got the bully pulpit. If you ain't got nothing else, you got the power to demand a press conference. You got the power to create an atmosphere. You got the power. That's one thing about Trump. He bullied his way to get that support. He rallied his supporters, right? And this is something that these leaders don't understand. Baby, use the media. Martin Luther King, he was so effective. The civil rights people, they knew the media was a good way to get things done. If you keep pressing the gas to the media, you got things. If it wasn't for the media broadcasting the destruction of Black folks, we would still be in Jim Crow. We would still be in Jim Crow because they made sure the president he couldn't erase it. He was on the news, on the television. It was everywhere. But now we have so much media, right, that you can reach more people, but these leaders are weak. Just talk. You the mayor. Use your power. Stop being weak because you're going to be a one-term mayor. You and your whole family, y'all going to be a one-term mayor. And guess what? The next mayor going to be under white folk. It's going to be somebody being white. Yeah, it's going to be somebody white, conservative in their position. They gave a chance to another Black family because, you know, Chicago giving a chance to another Black people because this is a Black town. But the next time around, I don't think we're going to get another Black mayor in office. And if we do get another Black mayor, it's going to be like a Tim Scott, conservative, but they Black, but they damn sure is conservative. Because the way that the policy going out is crazy. It's crazy all over. But nevertheless, I think that Mayor Johnson is a terrible mayor. I've said that Mayor Johnson is a terrible mayor because, number one, he did not do what he said he was going to do. He's going to make some changes. He was going to do some stuff. And he didn't handle the migrant crisis, right? He kept giving the resources to the migrants. And I'm not studying that issue when you're neglecting my people. My people come first because, correct me if I'm wrong, it wasn't the migrants that voted in Mayor Johnson. It was the Black folks. It was some white people, particularly the west side of Chicago where Mayor Johnson currently lives. They voted over, like they really voted for him. So these are Black people that put you in this position. It wasn't these migrants. So your priority must be with them. And this is why media matters. And I learned this from media. Media matters because we do have reach. Baby, when I reached out, when I sent the last email to City Hall, the last communication, I said, is it true that y'all giving out thousands of dollars to people? It was a professional email. You know what them people said to me? N.O. dot. And that day, I was removed from the email list, removed from the email. It is what it is. I didn't get my press credential. It is what it is. Because I knew that y'all not ready for this, but you're going to have me regardless because I'm Black and I'm going to always let my people know because not only do I have a show that I have Chicago viewers, but I have viewers across this world that you must participate in the process and you must speak truth to power and you must call these people out. And we must educate you people about the situation because it's going to get worse. And this is why I tell Black folks at this particular time, get your credit up and you start buying up properties because we dealing with a whole nother epidemic of these multi-billion-dollar companies buying up these single-family homes and putting it for rent and they can maximize that rent or whatever. So this is the perfect time for all you renters, including myself, pull your resource together, get your credit up, get those grants, get those homes. You better own something because these corporate people, they're buying up these single family homes and they're putting it for the rent and they can take that rent as high as they want it because there is no regulations. There's nothing to regulate to say how high they can go, right? So this is the time for you to get up out that apartment and get your credit at a certain score. It don't have to be that high. You know what I'm saying? Get that credit together and be a first-time homebuyer because a first-time homebuyer, you qualify some grants and all that. This is why we bring real estate people on. We're going to bring some more real estate people. I'm going through the same process and everything I'm going through. Okay, you got to save money up for the down payment. You got to have your credit score at a certain score, not too high, but at a certain score to qualify. And so I'm going through the same thing. We all going through this together because I can't tell y'all to get up out renting on. And if I ain't doing it, I'm doing it too. I'm in the process. I said, this is my last time of renting so I can own, right? Because there's so much stuff you can do when you own property. Amen. So we want to be owners over here, or home owners over here. I don't want to celebrate getting another apartment. My next celebration that I'm going to do is owning a home, right? And you know what I'm saying? Owning a home, then getting into investment, etc. But right now, my first priority is owning a home. That's why I'm getting my credit up, learning the credit game, and owning a home because it's the best thing, right? For Black America, it's ownership. It's ownership, right? Ownership. It's the best way to build economic wealth. It's ownership, ownership, ownership. If you have to get married, say, hey, girl, I love you, whatever. Let's team up together. Let's just get married to own a home together. If you have to do that, hey, baby, let's get together. Let's just get married. Let's finesse out. Let's own some property. Whatever. You have your own end. We got to get all this up. F the love. Who need the love, baby? Let's build wealth. Wealth going to live longer than that love, okay? Hey, Shaquita. Okay, I understand, Shaquita. You know what I'm saying? You don't love me like that. Don't love. Let's just get married. Let's build generational wealth. Okay. After love, just build some wealth. You can get love later on. You got the wealth. Baby, love gonna creep up to you. All right. But you get wealth. You ain't. Okay. So that's why I personally was in that mindset because I'm like, we need to build generational wealth. And yes, I get what you're saying, ownership, because somebody said technically you don't own anything to pay it on. Of course, but it's so much that you could do. Equity, you could do refinance, so much you could do when you're in that position. You can't do none of that renting. Because Southern Belle, because some of these people I've talked to have been renting for 40, 50 years. So if you've been paying on a loan for if you get a 30-year or, you done been paying it all the way up, renting for 40, 50 years, baby, that house would have been paid on till you paying it the taxes. So you're in a better position. Don't let these people talk you out of on the property, baby. You're in a better position of owning the property than to be rented. Don't listen to these Negroes that want you to keep you in debt, and don't listen to them. Don't listen to them at all, because you want to own. Don't listen to these people. Don't you listen to these wokes. They ain't really, they sleep in a coma. You better own something, and then we all, wherever we're at, we gonna be doing good. Okay? We gonna be doing good. Because ownership is so much, it's very well. Because if you can rent and you paying $6,000-$7,000 in rent, baby, you can own a property. I'm sorry. And I'm talking about first-time home buyer. I ain't talking about you guys that have been owning property for about 40 years. You want to downsize to a condo. Y'all already in the game, skin in the game. My message is for people like myself. This the first time home buyers. All right. I ain't talking about you. Well, I had a house. I had a house about 40, 50 years, and I did downgraded to a condo. I ain't talking to you. You already got skin in the game and all that type of stuff. And I ain't talking to you. You already got it. My message is for first time home buyers that never own a home, that been renting and all that type of stuff. Okay, that's what my message is, my heart desire, right? I ain't talking to you. You already own a home. You done downgraded to a condo. I ain't talking to you, right? I ain't talking to you at all. I ain't talking to you at all. Really, my message is for first-time home buyers, okay? Because I'm not going to get into that rabbit hole with all that type of stuff. Because you would be in a better position for it. And because when you become a home, on what I'm learning for people, it puts your mind, it puts you to be more responsible, because before you get a property, you already got to show some responsibility about having a down payment, having your credit score at a certain level. So you're already putting your minds, because like right now, my mindset is changing. At a point, I used to just spend on money, whatever. But now that I'm trying to own a home, just can't spend everything. You got to save up, got to have your credit. You know what I'm saying? Because already you got to put in your mindset, because when you become a homeowner, you're the landlord. Anything go wrong is your responsibility. So now you have to put stuff away for home repairs. You have to put stuff away for maintenance. You have to put something away. So right now, train up yourself now while you're trying to do it. And I used to be like, well, people can't afford it. It's so expensive. But then when I talking to people that the loan and all, and they start looking at my expenses. Oh, yes, you can afford it. Cut out them Uber Eats, multiple Uber Eats. You cut that out, you will be able to afford it. So when you have somebody that all they live and breathe is knowing numbers, and they look at your bank account, that's why it's good to have one, because you can see all them deductions and you see all them Uber Eats. And if you just go and cut that out and go to the grocery store, you can afford something, right? And you cut out all the unnecessary subscriptions. You got about 55,000 subscriptions. And I was so bad, baby. I was paying for subscriptions 2 times over. I was paying because I forgot my pastor had another script, paying for subscription twice, 3 times over. I think once we paying on 3 different cards on the subscription. So that's why it was so important to like take a cut, like to cut back so you can afford to have a better future, right? Amen. So that's what I'm talking about. They say you have to be mentally and monetarily prepared. And that's why I'm shifting my mind. Not only that, because I'm also an entrepreneur and I'm also a person that works in the regular, I'm employed, W-2 person, and also what's the self-employed is a W-9. You know what I'm saying? I'm in 2 different entities. So my mindset have to be different. I have to have that mindset, right? So, I'm just going through it. Yeah, I'm a baby in it. I'm learning a lot of things that I'm learning, talking to people in the business and really getting education. And I'm so glad for Don, a good mentor of mine. So glad of so many other entrepreneurs that got money. I'm talking about got money, right? So people that have came into my life got plenty money. And they're Black. And it just instills something to me for it. I will never forget it with this white gentleman. We was in Carrollton, it was in Plano. And so I went to his home. And I was minding my business. I had to rent a car. I forgot the rental car place that they did. Turbo Cars. I think it was Turbo Cars or something like that. And so I went to this white gentleman home, and this man had a lot of cars. He said, I have a lot of cars. They all paid off, and I rent them out. And he said, this is all the income. That this is literally the Airbnb of cars. And he was telling me about credit. He was telling me about ownership. He had about 2-3 different properties. He was really telling me the game, right? And I said, the issue for me and for my people is not that we don't want. It's for some of us, not all of us, we have not been educated enough to get this. We have not been educated. I feel like if I was in your house, right, and you're adopted, let's just say friends back and you adopt me, you're going to teach me just how to own a home and credit and how to spend, how to invest, because that's going to be second nature, because you don't even have to sit me down. Just you talking about random, it would be second to none. And he said, oh yeah. I said, it's not that we don't want, it's that some of my people and me, I'm speaking for me, I just was never taught that. I was never taught the importance of credit. I was never taught the importance of putting money away. I was never taught about investing in the stock market. I was never taught these things. So it took me to become an adult, a grown, to really understand these things. So that's why I think that we need to teach more. And that's why I'm trying. And I was telling this white gentleman this. And I said, I want to learn as much and be the change. So I will go back to my people and to preach to them, not just preach, but be an example. Say, hey, this is how you do it. This is the game. This is the credit game and all of that to really win, because that's the only how we as people is going to win. If we, those of us that is the change and have changed and really making the money and owning ownership, we need to go back to our community. Issue is that I think some people do have a good heart, but then they get into this, I got to charge you $80 billion just to scam you. No, we actually got to get people to educate our folks about the beauty of real estate, and the ownership is key, right? And so, yeah, so I just, I really, really love it. And so I'm in that predicament. It's been a change. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to cut off half of my expenses. I didn't. I love eating Uber Eats every day. I did. I was ordering out every single day, pizzas every day while I was in Texas. Every day, $20 pizzas. $20, $25, $30 every day. And so I have to really cut back, from that and really understand. Then you see, you know what I'm saying? I excuse me. So when I got, I said, okay, now I'm not just spending my whole check. And I'm like, why is my entire check be gone? But then when I started I had a guest on my show. He said, we're going to look at your credit. We're just going to look at it. And then this particular woman got on the phone with me. She said, okay, let me tell you this. I'm looking at your credit. And I'm looking at your credit, but I'm also looking at your bank account, right? And I see these expensive Uber Eats. You need to cut that out. And she just came very direct. I never noticed that the Uber Eats was so good. I'm like, really? Is that bad? She said, you're spending about these X amount of dollars per month on Uber Eats. Cut that out. And then you come back within 6 months and you will see the change. If you cut that out, then you'll be in a better position for a down payment, because you can't say, hey, I want to have a down payment and I got to, where the down payment going to be? You done spent the down payment on Uber Eats. You know what I'm saying? So when you have someone to get on the phone with me and really have me to look at my bank statements and my credit card statements and really look at that, I was like, okay. And so I had to cut back. And I said, okay. And I told her, I said, well, ma'am, I said, well, thank you, because I'm not ready. But just give me 6 months. Give me 6 months. Let me train myself. Because I'm literally not ready. And I knew I wasn't ready at that particular time. So I said, give me 6 months. I said, wait till the lease is up, and then let's revisit this conversation. And then now that I'm saying, it's like, okay, literally cutting back, because you want to be able to be comfortable, have to put down payment, of course, and then you want to have a savings, right? You don't just want to go in there and just wipe out your accounts. No, you want to be in a good position so you have a good cushion and be in a good position. So, I learned that, and I said, hey, I'm really working on that because it's really something. And so I'm not all the way there. I am I'm really really into it and really learning, and I have some amazing experts that have been working with me behind the scenes, and I said, hey, and so, and that's what, and I said no, and then I was like, oh, let me get a car. I was like, no, I returned that. I was like, not doing no car. I'm not doing none of that. No car, no nothing, because I don't need it. And if I move to Illinois, one of the big pluses for when I do own a home is that they have to be public transit. Because let me tell you, because the reason why I say public transit is because I don't want a car. No, I just don't want a car. No, I just don't. I don't like to drive. Like, driving for me, I don't like it. I just don't like to drive. When I had a car, rarely got in the car and drove it. I still was taking Ubers and Lyft. I just don't like to drive. I like to be driven around. I like public transit. And the reason why we couldn't do it enough in Texas, because their public transit is still stuck in the 20th century, no shade. But Illinois, the public transit, you know what I'm saying, it's much better. Like, I like that I can go downtown and everything, because it's this facility just right off the train station. And I said, oh, okay. I talked to them. I was like, I might get this job because it's right off the train line. So that's how pretty much I work. I'm just not a car person. I'm not a car person at all. Just not for me. And so that's why I was looking for a job now. In the city, I said, listen, I want to get a car. I want to get a job right by the train or a bus. I get off there and baby, the job is up the street. And I found 2 of them. I said, this is what I'll get. And she said, well, why did you pick this place? I said, I told somebody, pretty much because it's close to the CTA. It ain't because because a home is a home. You know what I'm saying? A home, I'm sorry, not a home is a home. A job is a job. You work at health, baby, it's healthcare. You'll get used to it as long as it's close to a train station and a bus station where I can get there and get home. Amen. You will be very comfortable in the Southwest Loop. So that's where I'm looking at. And then whenever I get a house, one of the key components will be a good school district and a good transportation. And the reason why I put school district, I'm thinking just in case if I ever have children, I don't have to, we got to move because we're in a terrible school district, right? The school district and also public transit. You have to have those 2 components, right? So just in case I'm a single man. I'm not going to be a single man forever, So, I'm going to just keep it what it is. You be comfortable. They said, I have a room in your house here if you pay the rent. If you pay the rent for the room. But yeah, so that's how I look at it because, you know what I'm saying, eventually I will have children one day. And I want to, you know what I'm saying? And if I get married, I'm a traditionalist, right? And I'm a traditionalist, right? I'm from the old school. She will move in with me, right? You know, that's I'm just from the old school. And then, you know, I'm just from the old school, right? That's my mindset, right? I can't think about marriage till I own something, right? And Tom, that's skin in the game. Because when you own property, when you learn how to pay a mortgage, balance a checkbook, I mean, that's good components and characteristics for a husband, right? I just think that because you are the head of the household, and I believe the head of the household have to know how to run the house financially and spiritually and really bring that spirit into the home. So, you know, I'm in the training. So whenever I do get married, I'll be prepared for it. They said, don't get if you want to pay those. No. They said, I thought I seen you on the bus one day. They said, move down to ATL. I like right Cat Williams in the house. Okay. So yeah, that's the whole point for that. Hey everybody. They said, I'll say so. Okay. But that's just my whole point. That's my idealism. But I have to say this about Jason Lee. So me and Jason Lee, I had to say this, you guys, and I'm gonna go to Jason Lee Facebook. So I was minding my own business, and I'm publicly endorsing Jason Lee for City Council member of District 6 in Stockton, California. And the reason why I am endorsing Jason and withdrawing my support from Kimberly Wormsley is because I believe Jason Lee is the right man for the job. As I've done some more research, I like his policy. I like his coalition. I like that he is shaking things up. I like that he have an economic plan. I like that he is calling out the city council to make it more Spanish friendly because they do have a huge presence of Spanish speakers, and they felt like they're being pushed out of City Hall by not having that being represented. And I like his campaign. I mean, I like the spirit of his campaign is very iconic. And so Jason Lee did respond to us on Facebook, and I want to really get this thing out for it. And so I have a right to flip flop in this particular position. I mean, hey, this is my position, and I'm going to flip on this at this appropriate time, because African Americans have flipped on a political party. At one point, they were Republicans, and now African Americans are Democrats. So are we technically flip floppers? Oh, argue with your mama, don't argue with me. At one point, Dr. Martin Luther King was a Republican. He was not a Democrat. So Democrats, the African American base, majority of African Americans, they start to vote Democrat. But at first, they were Republican. So are we going to call African Americans flip floppers? I'll wait on y'all, since we want to talk about flip floppers. Okay. All right. You know, okay. I'm just keeping it all the way real for that. Okay, so a lot of people didn't know that me and Jason Lee have been friends on Facebook, secretly been friends on Facebook for a long time. We had a secret friendship on Facebook. And so I want to bring Jason Lee picture down for this quick moment here. And so he's going to do a Surviving Ralph White airing Monday at 9 a.m. And we're going to review that. This is what Jason Lee said, because I said I'm going to endorse him on Monday, but I'm going to do it right now. Jason Lee said, thanks, Wiley. I know you interviewed her, but she didn't know how much you love me. So, you know, and so it's just been an amazing. And it's just we're going to support Jason Lee in this election. So I think I'm honored to endorse him, and it's an honor to have him his support of me endorsing him for city council. I feel like him as a foster child and innovator and a leader, all the way coming from the Grammy. He will be Hollywood Unlocked will be one of the leading Black-owned entities They would have a main spot on the red carpet, iconic. And for him to open up an office in Stockton, California, creating jobs for those people in Stockton. And that was one of my suggestions. I felt that he should open up a Hollywood Unlocked office in South Stockton. And he's doing exactly that. And so, I mean, I'm looking at his policy. What he have done, his nonprofit has been incredible, helping the youth in South Stockton with educational programs, food giveaway, book bag giveaways, and really inspiring the youth to be better. And I mean, who's best to do it? A native from that community. Most people gained a wealth and they never returned back to the community. And he decided to return back to the community. And I am a huge component of that. Not only is he using his celebrity status for good, he's using his celebrity status to bring forth a beautiful community. And I feel as though that it's an honor for Jason Lee to uplift the community, and he's doing very well. And people do not like it. They've been taking down his signs and really trying to disown him. Kimberly Wormsley have been doing dirty tactics. She actually told me privately on the phone, we have not leaked that recording yet, that Jason Lee allegedly stayed with his sister. And she told me that personally on the phone. So I just feel like on the broadcast, she did not really got that echoed that publicly. And I felt like she tried to act to be something else. I'm like, if you're messy, be messy on publicly, not just privately. But she definitely did that. And we have that recording. And one day I may release that recording. And I personally may release it. I'm going to be talking over with my team to see is that going to happen. But at this particular time, we are publicly endorsing Jason Lee. We're right now trying to get a t-shirt made from his campaign to rock his t-shirt. We're trying to get the Stockton, California to knock on doors to really witness history as being a innovator, leader, and a great friend and brother of the Wiley Show, great author. He wrote a book, God Has Must Forgotten About Me. I read that particular book. It was an iconic book, and I love him as a leader. And I feel that he is really showing me that he is an innovator, right? Because I am very passionate about politics, but I'm also passionate about media. And for him to come together and say, brother, you could do both. And him releasing $1 million worth of game program, educating and teaching me the ropes of how to be successful in media. We do want to thank him for that. And I know I'm probably disappointing a lot of people, but again, this is where my heart lies. I was literally working and it fell in my heart to endorse Jason Lee because of his hard work and really knocking on doors and talking to the voters and having a very really an interracial, multicultural background and a multicultural coalition. Is that exactly what he's doing for his people? And so again, I'm urging all the people in Stockton, California, in District 6 to please vote for Jason Lee because he is the man for the job. And sometimes you need an outsider to bring in outsized ideas to move the city forward. Sometimes a person needs to leave the community, to go outside to get inspired, to get inspiration, and to bring those innovative ideas back to the community. And Jason Lee is that type of person. He have great, bold ideas. He's a bold leader, and he have a track record of getting things done. He got things done for Hollywood Unlocked, turned into a multi-million-dollar company. And he also turned his just regular, coming from just being a blogger to a multi-million-dollar media company. And for that, he fought very hard for representation on the Grammy stage and really showing in a way for Black media to be visible. And he had been doing that. And for him to do it, I had no other choice but to echo that. And I did said some things about Brother Jason Lee, and I publicly want to apologize at this appropriate time. I said that he was an outside. And unfortunately, due to the fact that I was not aware of all of his success and his strong agenda, how he's going to stand up for the District 6, I do want to say I apologize to Jason Lee for my words, because my words was coming from a very uneducated, malicious place. And for that moment, I am asking for his forgiveness. And right then and there, that's in my past. But I'm so glad that I was able to wake up in this month of January and to understand that Jason Lee is the man for the job. And so, again, we want to thank everybody for their support. And I definitely want to thank people for viewing it. And when it comes to my words, I am a sit down comedian. And unfortunately, this is not a laughing matter. It's a very serious matter, because in the District 6 in South Stockton, those residents are still living in a food desert. They don't have good schools. Police officers are not really there for them. And Kimberly Wormsley is advocating for social workers. We don't need social workers to deal with a domestic violence dispute or criminals. We need strong police presence. We need investment, massive investments in South Stockton. We need grocery stores. And I believe that Jason Lee will usher in his political experience, his media experience, his leadership skills to really make those things happen for the entire city of Stockton. And so, again, I am advocating for Jason Lee, because I feel like Jason Lee is the right man for the job. And we want to thank his opponent for coming on our show and gracing us on there. But due to our research and for my research team, and we have done, Kimberly have pretty much failed the residents in South Stockton, and they're asking for something new, and they want Jason Lee. And so, again, we are definitely sending our support, our heavy support. We're already are going to support Jason Lee, and we're already committed of funding, a little piece of his campaign, a little bit. So on our next paycheck, we are advocating at least 10% out of our the next 3 paychecks. We're going to put 10% into the Jason Lee political fund, because, again, we are asking, not only are we endorsing him, but we also will send about 10% of our checks. The next 3 checks, we will send 10% to this particular campaign. And many people say, but why 10%? Because 10% is a tithing, and I want to tithe for the future of South Stockton. I want to tithe for the future of that place. I want to tithe for the future of South Stockton, for they can have beauty. And I'm sowing in good grounds. I'm sowing in a great advocate and leader for the South Stockton community. And I do want to thank you. And you may see me South Stockton, even though I'm not from California at all. I was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. So I understand by experience the challenges as you face. I myself grew up in multiple, I grew up in food desert. I grew up in a crime infested area. I grew up in incompetent leaders that all they do is talk a good game, and then they get in a position to do absolutely nothing. So I'm going to come from experience and know Jason Lee is a good guy. He may not be the perfect, nobody's perfect, but he's a damn good leader, a strong leader, and he have a track record, again, of getting things done. He's have a strong resume of getting things done. And so, again, I am offering my support to Jason Lee campaign. If they want me to do any phone banking, I am really advocating to donate at least 4 hours of my day, to literally give 4 hours of my day to do massive phone banking for the residents of South Stockton, California. So, again, we definitely want to thank you all for your amazing support. I'm trying not to look at the comments, because, again, I'm talking to you, South Stockton, because, again, this is for you. This is your future at stake. And are you willing to give 4 years of a social worker with social worker outdated ideas, or do you want a bold, successful business owner that have a track record of getting things done? All right. And so, again, we will continue to do more of this in the future. And I definitely want to thank you all for that type of way. So again, thank you so very much. Okay. All right. So we're going to take questions. All right. Thank you so very much. Anybody? We will take a couple of questions. If you all want to come on the particular show, you're more than welcome to come on the show at this appropriate time. We will take people. If you want to call in, we will allow you all to call in as well. We see a lot of people in here showing me massive support, and so we want to thank those that are showing me support for this appropriate time. And so now we're going to open up the phone lines, and we're going to allow you all to to call in. And we definitely want to thank you all for your massive support. Thank you so very much. All right. So we have a question. Question number one, Wiley, why are you such a flip flop about him? Well, I thank you for your question. I personally feel as though it is okay to flip. And sometimes you may have to take a flip position for change. And so at that particular time, President Barack Obama at first was not into same-sex marriage, but he flipped on that position and he supported same-sex marriage. It was a time the great President Barack Obama was against same-sex marriage, and he flipped on that message, and he felt that that same-sex people should get married. President Biden also said that he wrote the 1994 crime bill, and President Clinton apologized for incarcerating, passing a bill that led to the prison pipeline of so many millions of African Americans. And he apologized. He flipped and said, we got the problem wrong. So again, we will definitely say that the great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. literally flipped on his position of not only preaching integration, but also preaching economic power and sharing to the government that not only I'm a civil rights person, but I also want to talk about sharing the wealth, not only for African Americans, but for all people, including poor whites. So I must be in good company. So again, that is where I flipped on that position. I flipped for change. Thank you for that. Any other questions? Question number two, are you going to let Jason? No, no, I'm supporting Jason political future. I'm not supporting me and Jason bedroom activities. We're supporting Jason Lee political future, not bedroom activity. All right. Thank you all so very thank you so very much for that. Okay, we got to go to the phone lines. I'm going to call you all back. All right. We got two phone callers in here. Wiley. Okay, we're going to take, we ask that you please be by your phone and we will bring you on the air. We will bring you on here. So be by your phone. We won't call you back. So we try to get it. So we go in order, whoever called in. We call you back. So answer your phone. All right. We will call you back. We will call you back. We will call you back. Hello. All right. So make sure you answer the phone. Uh, okay. All right. Somebody called in from a Google subscriber and they called in. They did not answer. So again, we're gonna go to the next caller. Again, we ask that you all be by your phone because we have most people called in that Google subscriber. You called in like 6 times, so you got to definitely be there. Okay, hold on one second. Hello, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Wiley, why are you playing on Brandy Norwood's internet tonight?
Well, it's not playing.
You are playing.
No, not necessarily. No.
Yeah.
No. I feel like I'm standing up for change. And, you know.
What type of change? Because you just was dragging this man not 3 weeks ago.
Well.
Calling him the outside bottom. So he's an inside bottom now?
Well, I believe that President Biden, literally his failed leadership, I said, well, maybe we're looking at this the wrong way. And he's a pretty much a politician. So is Kimberly Wormsley, like been in office and been
Why
doing.
did you bring that lady on your show? Talking about you're endorsing her, and now
Well,
now you're not endorsing her anymore.
well, I reneged my endorsement, and I have every right to do so.
Who
But
does that?
but me, right? So I started because I told Kimberly Wormsley, I said, listen, you need to show that you really want this position. You're not showing it. And when you go to her social media, proud of me, you can do this right now. Go to her social media and go to Jason's social media, and you can tell who really wants the job. Her social media don't have an inkling of a plan, of agenda, nothing. Niche. It's a ghost town. Jason Lee social media on the first post, you know he's running for city council. The second post, you're running for city council. He have brought gospel singers to a underdeveloped, a underserved community and bringing much needed great publicity to South Stockton and using his relationships to build South Stockton. And he's moved his company, a piece of his company to South Stockton, which will create jobs. And
Did
he
he
have
create
young
a job
people.
for you
He
in
have
South
young,
Stockton?
excuse me. He have young people working on his campaign as well. Not just black people, but white people, Muslim people, people all around. He have a coalition for many racial backgrounds, and I mean, I just can go on and on and on. And also, he worked in as a union organizer, right? Help broker deals, etc. So I just feel that we understand Jason Lee celebrity status as a successful blogger, a successful media commentator, etc., host, podcast host, etc. But he also have a strong political background that I feel that's not getting as much notice because we just focus on the Jason that talk about Nicki, Cardi, Meg Thee Stallion, etc. But we must focus on the good. And as a community activist, Jason has been doing very well. If you're talking to the people on the ground, I've had received messages from people on the ground. They said, stop looking at Jason like Hollywood online. Jason Lee have done so much for the community of South Stockton. And I'm glad that he's showing his relationships and showing the things that he's doing. I think that's to be honored. But of course, because he's not dragging Nicki and Cardi, it don't go as viral because he's talking about a local race. That is, he's not running for state governor or any of that or mayor. He's actually running for a city council seat. And so on the local level, and he's not abandoning his business, but he's using his business, his skills that he developed to help make Stockton a better place. And I support that. I feel like my commentary, it was wrong. I feel like my commentary about Jason, it was out of order. And again, I apologize to Jason. I apologize to him publicly instead of going to him privately because I did it publicly. And so when I drag somebody publicly, you must give that same boldness publicly and and clean it up. And so
Did
I'm
he
doing
apologize to you publicly?
excuse me?
Did he apologize to you
He didn't do
publicly for
anything
all
to
the
me. He didn't do anything to me
for
publicly.
he
He
dragged you
he
all across the
respond
internet?
to me exactly. Thank you. He respond to me dragging him first. He did not drag me unprovoked. I dragged him first. But the beauty of that dragging, part of me, I'm glad you asked me that question. Very good question. I did not burn his book. I just talked about his way, etc. And we were still able to have that coalition. Never burnt his book because, in fact, proud of me, I actually went to the store and purchased. I was one of the first people in Dallas to purchase his book. The lady said, "You're the first one to buy the book in Dallas at this
Really?
particular Barnes and Noble." So again,
I thought since y'all were so close, he would have sent you a signed copy.
well, he didn't have to send me a signed copy because I like to support financially. I don't want you to send me anything. I am a fan. I'm not a massive, huge Beyonce. I'm a fan of Jason because his story was iconic. And again, I was out of order, and I'm going to say this, pardon me, to the public. I was out of order. I was thirsty, and I rushed because I wanted him on my show immediately. And what I'm learning in business, that you have to wait till he get through with the big power players to do press. And then if he have time, he will do press for the Wiley show. He have said it on the record. But because I was foolish, I spoke from a very nasty place, and I was very impatient. And my impatientness, I blew that interview because I was so impatient. And so again, I do apologize to Jason Lee and to his team for my impatience and my foolishness. I was very foolish in that, and it take a real man to say I was foolish.
And so you no longer consider him an outside bottom?
I don't no longer consider him an outside bottom. I consider him an outside thinker. Is coming back on the inside to create great opportunities for the residents in South Stockton.
Child, I guess.
Yeah. I feel that we're going to do a better job to echo and share his plan. We have show commercial, etc. We're going to make sure to really show the agenda, and we're going to invite Jason Lee on our show to talk about the agenda that he have for South Stockton. We're the only one that have been really getting the viewership, right? Talking about this race on a national scale. We have been doing more work echoing the issues in South Stockton and bringing the candidates to the forefront. Jason Lee have responded to us. Kimberly Wormsley have responded to us. And of course, we have other candidates that are inquiring, but once we get Jason, the rest of them will run like, once we get Jason, everybody else will run. Because again, Jason Lee is pretty much the front runner of this race. Let's keep it all the way clear. He have more billboards, more signs, more people knocking on doors. I mean, his people is energized. The rest of the people, either A, like Kimberly Wormsley, either A, she thinks she's going to get it automatically, but I don't see her that she's working hard enough for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that. I just don't see it. And this is a campaign season. If you don't show the people, the public perception will be that you don't care to have the job.
So are you going to go down to Stockton to visit the rougher parts?
At this particular time, I will definitely, I'm thinking about making a trip down to Stockton, California. Of course, it will be a trip that I will not make public because I don't want it to make it seem I'm coming down there for clicks and views, but I will think about making a trip privately. I've already have a connect to make that trip. And so once I book it and everything, and you see me there, but I will be working. I will not be there to increase my public persona. I'm there for the people of Stockton.
Well, many people in the comments are saying that you're actually not going anywhere, Wiley.
Well, those were those people. Those were those people. Those was the same people that said I was homeless and didn't got put out of my place in Texas, and clearly saw I was in Texas. So
someone also asked, are you upset with Kim? It's right here in the comments. They're asking if you're upset with Kimberly because she blocked you. No,
Kimberly did not block us at all. I feel that Kimberly Wormsley, unfortunately, to me, it seems to me that she wasn't taking this race serious. Jason Lee was taking the race very seriously.
So many people are also alluding to you being paid off by Jason Lee and the Hollywood Unlocked camp. Do you have a comment on that?
Well, I don't. Thank you. Very good question. We have not been paid off by Jason Lee. We have not received a dime from Jason Lee or Hollywood Unlocked or any of his companies. We're just doing it because it's the right thing to do. No, we have not been paid off by any entity. We have just had a change of heart, and due to our aggressive research and our amazing team, we decided to endorse Jason Lee.
Interesting. Many people are suggesting that your viewership may go down.
It will not go down
due to this level of.
It will not go down. When we go have boots on the ground and knocking on doors, it will actually increase. You know what I'm saying? Because it would show that we are standing behind greatness and standing behind an effective leader. And I believe it will be absolutely great. We still have the highest views covering this race. Have you seen other channels break it down like we broke it down? No. None of my colleagues have done it, not even those that burn up books and snorted cocoa. We have been on the forefront of this race, and they actually live in California, right? And we live thousands of miles away, and we have been covering this local race. And it's such an honor, and it's such a privilege to cover this race for the people of South Stockton, because again, I'm from the south side of Chicago, so I know something about being on the south side of town, and usually typically is one of the worst parts of town because the powers that be do not invest in those parts of town. And we must have a leader like Jason Lee to shine light on the issues and really bring in some serious change. Now, it's going to take time for Jason to get it done, but Jason Lee is an effective leader. Many people thought that Hollywood Unlocked will not succeed within the first year, and they're celebrating multiple growths of profit, multiple each year, right? They also had the vice president actually leaving a video message for his award show. So Hollywood Unlocked and Hollywood Cares have been doing so much for the community, and also for the community that he's been doing for media personalities. We had media personalities that went from the garage for taking pictures with Kanye West. I mean, how many people have you known that, drinking cheap liquor and doing videos in the garage and doing a stiff twerk, to be able to be in a position with powerful Black-owned media companies and to be able to take a picture with Kanye West to get newspaper articles and articles written about them. They weren't able to get that when they were twerking and drinking liquor in their mama garage. No, they have definitely able to have that access because of Jason Lee. We must give that man credit. Now, we can criticize all day, but can we give that same energy to match the success that how he's been doing just for Black people, period?
But Wiley, what would you say to the millions of your viewers who say, well, this is why no one comes on Wiley's platform because he can't be trusted?
Everybody comes on Wiley's platform that we reached out to. We have lawyers come on the platform to talk about, we all want, reparations. We had an attorney on our show. We also had politicians on our show. We actually had a politician from Michigan, right? Joel Jones, the former state representative of Michigan. We also had the youngest mayor in the United States. We had him on our show. So we had people on our show. We also had the youngest Black, the youngest African-American to own and operate an all-boys school, King Randall, right? We had him on our show and actually donated to his school. He actually had the school out before Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar still not selling a school. And this young man not only have a school, but teaching them a trade, teaching them how to change a tire, teaching them how to operate a weapon legally and how to do it safely. So I just feel that my resume speaks for itself. And, when people say that, they don't understand Wiley. We was one of the ones made history. We interviewed some of your leading Black voices in YouTube. We had Nick at Night. We had Tasha K before she got sued and went bald headed. We also had Armand Wiggins. I mean, we had so many, Storm Monroe before he stabbed us in the back. But we had so many leaders on our show, and we will continue to have great, effective leaders on our show. And I will not stop. I will not stop supporting greatness.
So the New York Times recently released an article about you, and the title of that article was "Another Black Woman Stung by the Flip-Flopping, Deceptive Black Man, Marquise Wiley." What do you have to say to that?
Well, I feel that Black women have to understand, especially some of the Black women that have baby daddies, and they thought he was the guy, and they flipped on that, and they left him. And so now they don't want the guy with the big, sausage. They want a man with a great income, but it was a time you just wanted a thug, some selected women, and they had the thug. I mean, he was weighing it out, eating it out. I mean, multiple rush of the gasm. And they wonder, now I just don't want that. I want security. So, they have flipped. So are we going to label them as a flip-flopper? Because now they want a father. They want a husband material, not just a tall man with a big foot and a long leg between their thighs. So let's keep that all the way clear.
And that is your official response.
That is my that is my official response, because again, I have to say that as an entity, because I get it. Once you flip on a position, you will be criticized. You will be criticized. But
the thing with you is you don't just flip one time. You flip
well,
and then you
again,
flop and then you flip
in
flop
this
and then
particular
you flop
case,
flip and flip back.
this is a great case for have you named anybody that do not flip flop? Name one person.
Me.
No, I'm talking about public figures that do blogging, that do media. Name one person. Name one media publication that have not flip flopped. You just quoted the New York Times. Can we quote what the New York Times labeled Malcolm X and Dr. King? Can you pull up them old articles, what they said about Dr. King back in the day and what they say about Dr. King now? Is there a flip-flop?
Paul, can you pull up those articles?
I'm just asking you. So we talk about flip-flopping. You quoted the New York Times. Can you please pull up what the New York Times said about the great Dr. King back in the 60s when he was breathing? Paul. And see what they say about Dr. King now? Let's keep it a thing. I think we have to let people evolve. And the problem is we don't call out these other big conglomerates that have criticized, ridiculed our people, and now they're just the darling in our eye. And so again, I feel as though that Jason Lee is right for the job. We're talking about a city council race, and my support is with Jason Lee. And I urge the residents of District 6 to continue to support Jason Lee and go out and vote. You can really, the ballots are being printed. It's going to be released and you vote by mail. Make sure you vote early because your vote matters. This is your area in District 6, right? That's your area. And you want to make sure you want a leader like Jason Lee that go to bed thinking how to make this community better. And that's what you need to go for. Do not listen to the naysayers, the filthy grease lies that they come up with to distract you. You must have a strong leader that will bring in good issues, not a wannabe weak social worker that bringing up outdated ideas. You want a strong, educated leader like the great Jason Lee.
Then we have the Daily Mail article insinuating that you, Marquise Wiley, may have been swallowed up by Jason Lee.
Well, I've been swallowed up with a man with a massive agenda for the people of South Stockton. When I look at this brother, and I want to read this about Jason Lee and Stockton. This is from Jason Lee. I want to quote this. Let me make sure my glasses is on. It is on. As I get ready for the public candidate forums tomorrow, I wanted to share the invitation I've mailed to every single registered voter in District 6. On February 3rd, I will be hosting an event to lay out my vision for South Stockton. And when elected for the city as a whole, I'm excited to share that the city council member, the sitting city council member, Michael, I want to make sure, Michelle. And also they're going to have an event. Tiffany Haddish will be joining to share her commitment to work with me in building a healthy grocery store on the South Side, because Tiffany Haddish was talking about bringing a grocery store to Stockton.
A drunk building a grocery store?
Feel free to share this invitation to all the District 6 voters. If you're not registered to vote, you'll be able to register at the event. See you this week. And he will be there, and Tiffany Haddish will be there. And it's going to be amazing. That's going to be tomorrow, February 3rd, 2 to 5 p.m.
Tomorrow isn't February 3rd.
I'm sorry, not February 3rd. I'm sorry. Tomorrow, that will be February 3rd, not tomorrow. Sorry. It will be on February 3rd in Black History Month, which I think is amazing for Jason Lee and all of those great people. I feel like that's another win for Jason Lee, because what is Kimberly doing? He's actually bringing somebody that's going to invest a grocery store to the neighborhood, to that district. So,
a drunk.
So again, I don't care if you a whole whatever. How many people that drink that but create jobs for their people? I think we're so caught up into what people do. I don't care if you can't stay sober till your life, but if you could bring a grocery store to create jobs for people, let's get things done. Ray Charles was a whole drug addict, and he created hits on top of hits. Whitney Houston, another drug addict, created hits on top of hits.
They didn't run for public office, though.
So again, we have had people. Let's talk about the mayor of DC. He was a whole crackhead, but he created so much for DC, right? brought the Million Man March and supported and was an ally to Minister Farrakhan to help instill equality and strength and spiritual awareness for Black men. And he was allegedly doing drugs on the side.
So driving drunk is okay as long as you build a grocery store out there?
I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is what she's doing for the South Stockton community, having toys and being Santa Claus, right? That was great for those children, seeing a very strong, beautiful Black woman that's in Hollywood. Yes, she had her issues. Something happened. She had a bad day or whatever. But are we really going to criticize her for having a bad day? How many politicians that we know that had a bad day but still in office and been doing it over and over? But she had that bad day, and she came out and said, hey, I'm going to come and support the people of Stockton. I think that's incredible. And again, what is Kimberly doing?
Did you ask Kimberly what she's doing?
Board trustee, the MUSD, said this about Jason Lee, quote, Jason is the change that we need. Having a true partner at the city will be vital for the overall quality of life for the people of Weston Ranch. That's another endorsement. You got an endorsement from Tiffany Haddish. Jason Lee has been a board member with my healthy grocery store incentives, and Stockton is a city I would love to build one in next. I didn't know that about Jason Lee, so I read this. Also, he got a Stockton City Council District 1. Also got an endorsement for her. Stockton need a fighter who is not afraid to take on the special interest groups that keep South Stockton in the dark. I support Jason and know he will fight for you. So again, not only he got an endorsement for a city council member in District 1, he also got one from Tiffany Haddish, a successful entrepreneur, an amazing actress. He also have it from a school board trustee. So these are very highly respected people. So I just again, and he also have an endorsement for us.
So what are Jason's policies that he has on the forefront of his document?
Bringing a grocery store, creating jobs, and already been on the board of on Tiffany Haddish company, and Tiffany is going to bring it in South Stockton, which I think is
that's it, amazing. A grocery store,
and and a grocery, because you got to understand that district is a food desert. A lot of those people in that district have to travel so far for groceries, and bringing that is a win for South Stockton. And I think people is underestimating Jason Lee relationships, that if he create jobs for the people, that's a win. And that's an honor for that community. And again, why haven't Kimberly were able to do it? So I'm just saying I'm supporting Jason Lee, and thank you for those particular questions, but we will do more to advocate for Jason in his campaign, and we support his campaign. And I urge the people in South Stockton to come out on February 3rd, to come out to that beautiful, especially if you're a registered voter. If you're a voter, if you're not even registered, California make it easy. I believe you could do same day registration. I believe in California. Don't quote me on that, but they don't really like. I know Illinois. I don't know if they do same day in California. Let me get it twisted with Illinois, because I think. Let me see if they have that in there. Let me see if y'all have that in Stockton. But the registration states. Give me a second. Let me look at the list here. If y'all actually on the list. Okay. Let me go to California. Okay. I believe California allow it. Same day. I think according to this, online they allow election day voter registration. Okay. Same day registration during early voting period. California, yeah. I believe California is on the list. I know Illinois is on the list. Yes, so California is on. So it's a win-win. You could register on the same and vote on the same day. So it's a win-win. But I think we got more phone calls, and we're here for your questions. Again, I'm not the candidate. These questions you need to ask Jason Lee, and we will send an email to Jason Lee campaign.
Well, you're supporting him, so you should know all about.
I'm going to bring. Actually, I'm going to bring. We're going to send an email to Jason to get Jason on the show and let him answer the question to the public. And I think it'll be honest. We allow the vice mayor to come on the show. why not allow a successful entrepreneur and great leader to come on the show as well? I think it's only fair.
Are you going to review Nicki's song?
I believe I will review Nicki's song whenever it dropped. I don't know if it dropped yet. Whenever it dropped, I will review it.
Allegedly, it dropped at 3 p.m. Pacific Central
It dropped already? Oh, nobody sent it to me. Nobody. I don't think nobody sent it. So let me see if they said. Oh, they probably did. So I didn't listen to it. Okay. No, nobody sent it. I don't know if it dropped because nobody sent it to me. So I don't guess it dropped yet. Y'all let me know. I didn't see it yet. Okay.
So many of the citizens in Stockton are wondering if Jason even knows what's going on in Stockton because he hasn't lived there in years.
Yeah, he knows what's going on. He has family, friends. He visits there often. He knows the issues, and he's now a full-time resident, so he knows. You're not getting an endorsement from a city council member and also from trustees and celebrities. Why not? I mean, he knows the area very well. Born and raised in the area, and he's coming back and bringing all of his expertise to make South Stockton a better place.
Interesting.
Very interesting. And I think that's an honor because we always say, why don't y'all come back to the neighborhood? And when they do come back, oh, why don't you just stay out of the neighborhood? Like, which one is it? We want our leaders to come back to the neighborhood, bring their resource to build up the neighborhood. Then when they come back, it's a problem. Come on, make it make sense. You can't have it all. But I thank you so very much, pardon me, for answering the questions and really answering and bringing the questions to the forefront. And I do want to thank you and your amazingness for coming on the show. And
thank you so much for answering the tough questions.
And I want you to be dressed up for election night so we can cover that online.
I'm gonna wear my red dress.
I want you to have on your beautiful wig too. If you don't wear a wig, I think you natural.
No, I don't wear wigs.
So I want you to bring your style together. I want you to style me from that too, so you can tell me what suits to wear for that particular day. It's going to be a very iconic.
I'm gonna put you in a nice cashmere turtleneck.
Okay, and you can tell me the cashmere turtleneck and where to buy it at. So make me on a nice sickening cashmere turtleneck because this is an iconic moment. And I know people watching across the nation. And they're upset and mad.
Millions of viewers across the globe.
And I believe that. But this is the thing, pardon me. We're not just talking about celebrity gossip. We're talking about a local race. A local race. A district, right? So that to be honored that we're covering a local, not something in my hometown, Chicago, whatever. We're covering something in California. And we talked about the crime in California. You sent me stories about the crime in California, correct?
I did.
And those leaders have been in office for decades, correct?
Decades.
And look at the issue. It's bad, correct?
Very bad.
And it's time for a change?
It's been time.
Exactly. So Jason Lee is that change. Thank you so very much, pardon me, for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you. Okay. Woo! This has been an honor. Because she sent me multiple stories. They shut down stores in California. It's crazy. Okay, now who's keep calling me from the Google number? I'm calling you back. You got to answer. This is Wiley. Answer your phone. All right. It's really bad in some parts of California. Really terrible. You got JP Chase, CEO, drag some parts of California, and also Mr. Lee. Steve Lee drag cut his thing early. His food early in California. So I forgot what part of California he was at. What part was that? You know, he drive. All right, I called you, Google subscriber. You got to answer the phone. You called twice, and I've been calling you back. Let me text you. All right, we allow you to call in. I open up the phone lines. Okay, call back. All right. Somebody said, I'm glad you are covering this. Oh, thank you. Also, we got a DM in here. Someone said, "quote Wow, Wiley, watch your live and you are bowing down to Jason Lee. Smile. I should have known because you are a Trump supporter. Smile. Disgusting, Wiley. Jason Lee is a piece of S word, and you're scared of him. Wow, that's what a person said to me on Instagram. A piece of S word. Hello, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wally.
Welcome.
You and I had spoke a while ago, and I was the one calling in, advocating for, or just saying positive things about Jason Lee. And you were talking so bad about him, and stood your ground on your personal opinion in lieu of the other candidate. And then I even said, well, you too can run for Chicago, the city of Chicago. You don't necessarily have to have experience. And now, as of today, you change your opinion and speaking so positive of Jason Lee, which is great. I just want a public apology because you written me a new one for saying Jason Lee running for an elected office was a good thing. And you were speaking so negative of him.
Yes, thank you for that. I was wrong. I feel like I was wrong because I was speaking out of turn. I did not have all the facts, and I was not looking at the big picture. You was. And I am honored that I was able to wake up to the truth before election day. Endorsing Jason Lee is a very great decision, not only for myself, but for the residents of South Stockton. Really take me out of it, right? Because I don't live in South Stockton, right? But I have lived in areas that have not had the proper representation. And we need a leader like Jason. And I kept looking at Jason as a commentator and not looking at Jason as a activist, as a community organizer, as a successful entrepreneur that have given back to the community, especially the youth. And I discarded that because I was just judging him about his tit for tat drama that he brought on the internet. And I misjudged him. I should have judged the entire Jason. I only judged the Jason Lee on these YouTube, internet, Instagram streets. So for that, I do apologize not only to my viewers, but to Jason and also, ma'am, to you, because you were on the forefront of the issue and I shut you down. And for that, I do apologize.
Wow. Well, thank you, Wally.
Because I feel like if we can do something
surprised.
publicly, we should be able to apologize publicly. The issue with so many of us in the human race is that we talk so nasty, but then when we mess up, we have to have that same loudness and aggressiveness with the apology. And I don't see that enough within us as humans. I don't see it enough. I'm like, we talk all of that, but when we was wrong, we have to go on that same public platform and apologize. And for that, I want to be a good, better man, and you helping me become a better man because I'm laying down my ego because it's huge and putting it down and humble myself to apologize to you.
Thank you.
No, thank
and
you.
Yes, in the comments, Brakanica Yanni. Yes, this is to Jones. Because I was saying a lot in the comments, Wiley. Just because, again, you wrote me a whole new one. Just pretty much saying what Jason Lee is doing is great, regardless if you do or do not have experience, and vice versa. You too can run, whether you do or don't have experience. Long as you have that willingness to change the corrupt city of Chicago, Illinois, you too can be a great elected official for your community. And I'm just curious, can you list, other than the grocery store initiative, 2 political activities Jason Lee did that you're aware of?
That I'm aware of is the youth. You know, the youth is the future. For the massive investments that he did for the youth unemployment, volunteering, investment for the youth, has been an iconic moment. He actually could do more if he had more support from City Hall. I believe them not pushing his initiatives through for the youth, for his nonprofit, really lit a fire under Jason Lee. Say, listen, I need to be in the room. I need to be at the table. Because people understand you have a great idea, but if those political leaders is not for it, it could be at a standstill. And how many great ideas is sitting in City Hall in Stockton that is not getting up for a vote, not getting any resource, not getting pushed? And South Stockton is at the bottom of the barrel. So you need a fearless leader that is strong and articulate and that have a history of getting things done. I mean, this man went toe-to-toe with the Grammys and he won. Now he have a strong position for his show at the Grammys, right? So I feel like that's an honor. And look at the endorsements he have been getting from city council member with the District 1, endorsed Jason. He had a school board trustee endorsed Jason that works in South Stockton. We also have Tiffany Haddish, who entrepreneur, and have that's expanding her brand of opening grocery stores for underserved communities and communities with that's a food desert. So again, I feel that that's an honor for us to really look into. I really feel like that's an honor, and I feel like Jason Lee is deserving. So why not look at what he's doing? Look at his campaign. I mean, Two Jones, you could just look at his social media, look at his agenda, look at the plans that he laid out, look at the people that he's touching. So I just feel like folks are just looking at Jason for what he does for his bread and butter, but look what he's doing for the community of South Stock. Just look at the results, and he's doing good. And those outdated leaders, they're going toe to toe with Jason with dirty tactics. One of the candidates removed Jason Lee signs, ripped it up because they're mad at Jason Lee pulling his marketing machine, and he's funding his campaign. He put a lot of his own money in his campaign. So he actually have a team behind him. And he's not just depending on his celebrity. He's actually having boots on the ground. If he was just celebrity, he wouldn't have boots on the ground. He actually doing better campaigning than Trump. He's actually on the ground, knocking on doors, talking to business owners, talking to registered voters. Only for you to win, you got to talk to the people that already have a tendency of voting to get them to come out and vote.
I haven't seen any of this great work, nor is it highlighted on any
because you're not going to see. You actually have to join like the Facebook page.
No. As an elected, your campaign is to make it public. You may be privy to this information, but I just haven't seen it.
Well, you also not a member of South. I've seen it. I've showed so much, and I'm going to continue to show a lot more.
Well, show it tonight. Show us tonight. You should show us
it's like I've showed it in previous videos, but I show some more tonight. I'm okay with
it. Because I mean, you're speaking so highly of him.
Yeah, I would definitely show it.
You're hired by him, but
no, I'm not hired by him at all. I'm not affiliated with the Jason Lee campaign. I'm just.
But to show us what you're talking about of his campaigns that he's running.
Okay, I would definitely show it to you. I'm more than honored to definitely show it to you.
That'd be awesome. That would be awesome.
Because I know you wasn't at the program that day when we did show his campaign.
That's why I said show it now.
Okay, because
you're right.
I didn't say Jason Lee doing this. I said yes, this is Jason Lee.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should definitely show it tonight.
Thank you.
I know. Thank you, Wally, for the apology. I appreciate it. You have a good night.
And thank you, ma'am, for calling in and demanding I apologize to you with love and with soulful tone. So a soft answer, turn away rap. So I think that's amazing.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you so very much. All right. So we're going to take a trip to Jason Lee Facebook page if you all can bear with us. We need a time check. How are we doing with the time? Because we're taking time out because Nicki ain't released her song yet. Her ghostwriters ain't done writing the record. All right. So as you all can see right here, this is Jason Lee. I read that statement to you guys. Hold on 1 second so you all to see. That's Jason Lee. Let me pull this down. Let me pull that down. Jason Lee. Let's scroll down here. That's the flyer of Jason Lee. Okay. That's an event. He got a public event, a forum that is going to take place February 3rd. And you go to jasonleeforstockton.com. So then I'm going to scroll down here. Give me a second. Okay. This is Jason Lee with his team. That's Jason Lee with his team. They're working on some ideas at that particular team right there, working on some ideas at this particular time, working on some ideas. Actually, let me go on the website, you guys, jasonleeforstockton.com. Okay. Okay. So right here, give me a second here. So this is Jason Lee's site. Okay. Let's close this out. This is his site here. We're going to bring it up on the screen here, and then we will close because we did go over our time. But I do want to thank you all because we did go over our time, but this is the Wiley Show, so we're here. That's Jason Lee. Okay, when you scroll down on the website here, and you can contribute or volunteer, he's a former union member, business owner, community leader. All right, do y'all see the website? Okay. Then Jason Lee is a visionary entrepreneur, community leader, and most notably, the CEO and founder of the multimedia entertainment platform Hollywood Unlocked, renowned as a self-made success story. Lee's career spans various journeys from corporate lobbyist, television star, a culture critic to author, radio personality, business advisor, and social media. Just look, baby. Look, okay. So let's go. Give me a second here. Learn more. Let's click on learn more. This is Jason Lee with the youth. That's part of his youth campaign here. That's Jason Lee Youth. You see that? For his youth organization. I am ready. Let's scroll down here. Okay. Okay. Let's go right here. So I'm not going to read it all. As you can see, that is on here. It talk about his history. This is the part that I want to talk about. He was a staff director. Y'all see that. He was hired as a union representative organizer at the SEIU. I was a part of that union. What? I was on the SEIU. That's amazing. He negotiated labor agreements for registered nurses at multiple private sector hospitals before launching his entrepreneur. Just look at it. Look at his resume. I didn't even know he was part. I knew he was part of the union, but I didn't know he was part of the same union as me. I was a part of the SEIU right here in Chicago. What? This is why me and JC get along. Wow. Oh my gosh. I didn't know he was at the SEIU. What? Wow. And he was a labor representative for the California Nurses Association. Part of the healthcare that did our nurses fair contracts. Oh my, this is another reason why I had to vote. If I was living in South Stockton, I would definitely, he would get my vote. Honestly. Okay. I couldn't say he hasn't seen anything done in Stockton, nothing. Only thing that was ever done in Stockton was 18 to 20 years ago. Wow. Okay. Wow. That is amazing. And so, it's just really, really amazing. And I know this is just an amazing. I do want to answer some allegations here that people are saying that I'm dry begging for an interview. Stop playing with me. I'm not dry begging. One thing I don't do is do anything that is dry. I'm a very direct person. I'm not dry at all. If I wanted an interview, in which we said we will email him for an interview, I'm not dry begging. Excuse me. I am just talking about the Jason Lee campaign. I've been promoting his campaign for a couple of weeks now. I'm not dry begging for an interview. How dare you say that I'm dry begging for an interview? How dare you? I don't beg for interviews. I request interviews. And the request is denied, I move on. But that does not change my endorsement because, again, Jason never been on my show for an interview. So that's not my motive to endorse him. I'm endorsing him because he's the right man for the job, working in the and working in the unions, negotiating, helping broker deals for nurses, making their lives better, giving them more money, a bigger and fatter paycheck, helping our youth, encouraging our youth to be entrepreneurs, getting instead of them being on the street, learning a skill, learning a trade, instead of them being on the street. Again, don't take my endorsement as a dry begging for an interview because you're wrong about that. And I will not allow you to lie in this chat with that filthy, dangerous comment because it's wrong. That's not my character. I don't do an endorsement for an interview. I do an endorsement because he's the right man for the job. And I want to say thank you to that. Thank you. I just want to make that perfect for the record. I'm not dry begging. If he never come on the show, again, he's the right man for the job in that order. So I want to thank you all for your amazing support. We will be back covering Jason Lee and his amazing campaign. We want to thank you all for your amazing support. Definitely. Hold on 1 second. What is they doing right there? And that's him. They're actually advocating. And they're putting in the work. They're advocating and putting in the work. Give me a second.
Who we voting for?
Jason Lee.
So he actually have youth that is out there knocking on doors. Knocking on doors, you guys. So he's actually knocking on doors. So he's actually putting in the work. So he's putting in the work. Give me a second. We got another video that is being sent to us that we do want to show. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. I hear them. They know love. We're gonna run out. Go ahead, go find the door. Go. You doing such a good job, Shanti?
This is Jason Lee.
Two is left. Yeah. I hear them.
That's what I'm talking about. Jason Lee is actually advocating for the people and really campaigning. This is what democracy looks like.
Hey, boys. You gotta let them know we outside. Vote Jason Lee. We outside.
This is amazing.
Okay, say that again.
He's really campaigning.
Vote Jason Lee. You hear that? Saving and protecting the South Side.
So he's putting in the work. And this is what you have to do. You have to campaign to get the job. He's really campaigning for this position. I mean, I could just show video after video after video. He's really out here, you guys, really, really working for this amazing campaign here. 1 second. I can't really play it because of the music in the back. Look at him working. Look at him working. Look at him working. Wow. They're advocating, putting in the work. I don't see Kimberly campaigns. I don't see her campaign. I mean, I'm really looking at it. I'm really looking at it. I'm really, really looking at it. I'm not sure who you see running for Stockton City Council, but this is who my family and I see. A boy grew up with an idea that he will become anything he wants. A young boy who face. Y'all hear that? Y'all see that y'all see in 30 more days, I'm confident that Stockton will choose a new direction. But because once I'm on that council, this city will thrive more than it ever has. Remember, I said South Stockton is going to save Stockton. I meant that. Wow. So beautiful pictures of his family he put up here, everything. Beautiful pictures of his family, and I will show that. Just been amazing. Okay. He said this, Stockton, we are outside all weekend talking to voters. Pull up. That's what he said. And one of the ladies in there said, how to get a ballot? I never voted before. Are you registered? My sister can help you. Okay. I think so, but I'm not sure. Okay, thank you. And they're teaching her how to vote. Duly noted. I didn't assume that you just vote, which is why I asked first. Thank you. That's okay. I didn't do that either. Just wanted to help. Okay, they helping her to get registered. Okay. So this is all Jason Lee, you guys. And we're in here. This is really getting something. They said 9 more days until the ballot drops. Everyone keeps asking how to help my campaign. Share this post on your social media. Visit www.jasonleeforstockton.com. 9 days left until the ballots. Okay, so this has been an honor, an honor and such a great show. We want to thank you all so very much for your amazing support. Little black boy, you're beautiful. Little black girl, you are enough. When times get hard, always remember to put God first. I also want to say this verbatim. We will be in Las Vegas, April, coming up, right? Couple of more months, man. It'll be before, baby, February will be in a couple of days. I thought February was going to be tomorrow. We got a couple more days of this month, and we're going to be in the month of February. And so, again, me and Couture Babe, we will be in Las Vegas, April 26th through the 28th. We ask that you come and meet us so we can have a good old time. That's April 26th through the 28th. We'll be staying at the Palace Station Hotel and Casino. Please, if you have any questions, you can email me at wileyshowproduction@gmail.com, or you can reach out to Couture Babe. We would love to see you there. All right? Bring somebody with you. If you want to come by yourself, come by yourself. All right? All right. Thank you for your amazing support. Anybody want to contribute to this particular show? I want to thank y'all that have donated already. God bless you and thank you. $ Marquise Wiley 28 Zelle WileyShow@gmail.com. Thank you all for your amazing contributions. And this has been such an honor to see you all here yet again helping the Wiley Show. God bless you and thank you. All right. We will see y'all later. All right. Thank you all so very much. And this has been such an honor for you all. We are endorsing Jason Lee for City Council member. We ask that you please leave your comments. We know we're going to get a lot of comments from all over the country. Thank you all so very much. And I'm willing to speak to you privately if you want to know more about my endorsement. We will have more of that information on tomorrow. We do want to thank you all so very much in that order. Thank you all. And I will see y'all on tomorrow. Peace and blessings to you all. Bye. Wait, did I do anything? Okay, bye. Make sure y'all like the video. It's 100 y'all left. Like the video. Now, we may come back if Bigfoot come out. We gotta talk about the Bigfoot. We gotta talk about the big. Is the Bigfoot, is it out? Is the Bigfoot out? You put your left foot in. You put your right foot out. You put your left foot in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your left foot in. You put your left foot out. You put your left foot in. I'm going to go live on TikTok. And you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey. And you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your left foot in. You put your left foot out. Hey, TikTok. You put your left foot in and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. You put your left foot in. You put your left foot out. You put your left foot in and you shake it all around. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. I'm just getting ready for Nicki Minaj's song. I don't know if she wanted me to sing background. I'm waiting on her to talk to me. You put your left foot in. You put your left foot out. You put your left foot in and you shake it all about. Hey. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's why you're all about. Now, I am a fan of Meg Thee Stallion. I'm a fan of Nicki. Because first of all, I'm a fan of female rappers. When I started in the game, my first rapper that I listened to was Salt and Pepper. Salt and Pepper was the first rapper that I listened to. And then, UNITY, Queen Latifah, I listened to her. So I'm a fan of any of them type of people, right? I'm a fan of Nicki. I'm a fan of Meg Thee Stallion. I'm a fan for her. Because I haven't really heard a diss record since No Vaseline. No Vaseline, NWA. That was like one of the best, diss records that I've heard in my lifetime. No Vaseline. So I'm here for them both. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of whomever. I'm a fan of good music. I feel like as a fan, and I do have a big foot. So this is an honor for me. I have a big foot and my foot is twisted. So I like the song Bigfoot. You know what I'm saying? I love my foot. Foot. I love it. So I'm just here for it all, regardless of a big foot, twisted foot, whatever. But I'm here for it all because I'm just here for good music. And I'm just here for good music. I'm just here for good music for it. Whoever, if it's Megan or Cardi or Nicki, whomever, I'm just here for good music. Okay. That's all I'm here for is some good music. Can y'all please say that? You say free R. Kelly. I'm not talking about R. Kelly. Why you say free R. Kelly for? Okay, well, I don't know anything about that. Hey, y'all doing out there? Instagram. I'm sorry, it's TikTok. Y'all, my new family here. But I love you all so very much. Say, can you see by the dawn early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight was still there. Oh, say does that star spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Now, y'all excuse me, I need a vocal coach. But nevertheless, the Super Bowl is coming up, so I just had to say that. Encourage me. Hey, everybody over there on TikTok. Okay, I just had to do it. Make sure y'all share the live, okay? Okay. So I did promise y'all that that we was gonna do it. Take me out to the ball game. Wait. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, TikTok. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Let me get the lyrics, child. Let me get the lyrics. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, so it's roof for the White Sox. If they don't win, it's a shame, 'cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out of the whole ball game. Yes, I really love that. Okay, I'm just in the spirit. Okay. Hey, everybody. Okay. I love you all so very much. Y'all are so beautiful. And I love you all. Okay. I love you all for y'all amazing support. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber wings of grain, for purple mountain majesties, among the beauty plain. America, my God, shine on thee. And okay, I forgot the words. Okay, thy good in brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, America, I love this country. It's so beautiful. It's so wonderful. I love America. just like this. Okay. Y'all excuse me. I haven't really sang on tour, but I love y'all so very, 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 very much. I love you all so very much. Welcome, TikTok, to y'all being in here so very much. And I love you all so very much. I really, really love you all so very much. This has been such a great thing. I love my country, and I love my country so very much. This is one of the greatest countries ever that's been created, and I love it so very much. Every time I walk in America, I feel so honored, and it's such an honor to be here in this country. I could have been in any country, and I picked America, and America picked me, you know, and I love this country so very much. The red, white, and blue, it runs in my veins, and I'm such an icon and a legend in America, and I love it. America is where I got my voice. We have freedom. I love the freedom that America have instilled into my bones, and I love you all so very much through the great United States of America. So I just want to say that on TikTok. I've never said that publicly, but I love saying that to you all so very much for y'all amazing support right here over here on TikTok. So I love you all. Thank you. God bless you. And I love you. Thank you for that. I love America. America is such a beautiful place. And it's never been a place like America. And so for that, I do love America. I love America. And it's such a beautiful place. When I wake up in this country, I'm an American. That's how I classify myself. They say, "Who are you?" I'm an American. And I love that. Everywhere I go, I show the greatness in America by being a beautiful entrepreneur, and I hire Americans, and I love my country. I just love my country so very much. And as on my front porch, I have a beautiful American flag, and I always fly that flag because that country means so much for me. And it has been, just for the last 33 years, America has been a great friend to me, and I love this. I love this country. I just had to say that I really, really love this country, and I personally want to just say that this country, she have treated me with the most ultimate respect, and it's a beautiful relationship. So I just want to say that as well. But I love this country. I feel like it's amazing. Nicki is a beautiful person. I feel like Nicki is a beautiful person. I refuse that. Nicki is a beautiful person. We love Nicki Minaj over here. Actually, we're going to get on the phone with her after this broadcast, and we're going to be talking over some strategy. We're trying to get Nicki Minaj on the show. So we're trying to get her on the show at this very moment. We love Nicki Minaj. Let's not get it twisted. Nicki Minaj is one of the greatest members of my family. I mean, Nicki Minaj made it out, and she is such an honor for me as a human. When I looked at Nicki Minaj, she finally made people with big feet, or Bigfoot feel welcome. Like, I have a 14-inch shoe, so my foot is really big, and I never had nobody say Bigfoot, you know. And I love that she really showed love to people with big feet, and I love her for that. Honestly, it just made me feel good. I kind of blushed for a moment because I'm talking about a queen. She helped so many people. She helped me. When I go to the gym, one of the greatest songs, Romy Revenge, I listen to, and oh my gosh, and let's not even talk about Pink Friday 2. I was just, and I was driving around, and I was listening to Nicki Minaj, Pink Friday 2, F the Club Up. It's it gets my joints loose, and it definitely had me in a good mode. And I just love Nicki. I've been listening to Nicki. Oh, I don't want to tell her. But I have been listening to Nicki Minaj since I graduated from Chicago Military Academy, and I was just an 18-year-old boy, and lost, and I was looking for great music, and so I started listening to her music, and she have just really just brought joy to me, and her lyrics have just been just was so iconic to me and my friends, and I've just been a fan ever since. And so I am I'm a huge fan of Nicki Minaj, and excuse me, Paul, can you give me some tissue, please? Tissue. Excuse me. I was not planning on getting emotional. I wasn't planning on getting emotional, but having her, you know, coming on the show, and I mean, she never been on the show, but you know, having her make the most beautiful music that I've heard in the last 33 years, it's just been an honor, privilege. So again, you know, I love it. And so I don't want to tear up, but I get emotional. I'm very, very emotional when I'm talking about such an iconic force. She is the cream of my coffee. She is the she is the she is the standard. She's the icon. She's the legend. So I'm able to walk through doors. I'm able to walk through doors because of Nicki. I'm so honored because though I have a big foot, not a good foot, but a big foot, a twisted foot, I feel so honored that I am a Nicki fan. I love her. I love her. And so I don't want to have this so long because I'm waiting on the queen. She's cooking up a great record. And so we will be reviewing it on The Wiley Show. And I do want to thank you all for liking this video. But, you know, it's just been amazing. Thank you, James. Who else is in here? Riri. Thank you so very much. I'm just getting emotional. I'm just getting emotional. I've been a fan of Nicki Minaj for the past 10 years, more than 10 years, because I will never forget I was in Chicago in my clothes. I was in Chicago and I went to Walmart. I believe I went to Walmart and I purchased her album Pink Friday, and I played that album over and over and over again. And for that, I know I'm a true barb and I'm a legend in that, and I love her so very much. Thank you, Brittany, for your amazing support. So it's just an honor for that, and I thank Nicki Minaj for her amazing support and her fans. Excuse me, her fans, because her fans. They were there for me, and I really was trying to make it in media, and I would never forget that it was a Nicki Minaj supporter really told me to keep going, and so I love it, you know, and I love it because those Nicki fans, they literally was the anchor. They was the backbone of my show, and so they were there for me. And so I personally would like to say to those people, thank you, because those amazing barbs, it was a lot of them. It was about 50 of them, and they encouraged me to do my career, and I would not be here if it wasn't for those barbs. So thank you so very much to the barbs. I love you. And so tonight, this is our night. This is our night. Even though I'm welcome because I have a big foot. And the barb said, do you have a big foot? Do you have a big foot? You're welcome with us. You can sit. She said it. You can sit in Gag City. And so, even though my foot is big, but they welcome me in Gag City. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I was not planning on crying. And so, because I wear size 14. And so, they literally welcomed me in Gag City. For that, I thank them for that. I get so emotional. Excuse me while I get a water break. Water, please. Water. Yeah, thank you, my team, bringing me some water. So I thank them for that. And this has been honored for that. Thank you all so very much. And so I love you, TikTok family. And I'm making a promise to come to you all every single day, TikTok family, and really show y'all love, TikTok family. And it's just amazing for that. I'm just getting my energy to listen to The Bigfoot record. Oh, wow. Whew. I feel so good. So I'm going to listen to a Nicki Minaj record and really get my life and honor the queen. I love her so very much. Notification, welcome. I see so many of you all in the chat. And wait a minute, you're making too many posts. You must be. Let me mute you for a second. Let me mute you. Okay, let me mute you because you're doing too much in the chat. I gotta mute you. All right, but we love you all so very much. I love you all, and so I feel so good now. I feel good now. I feel so much better as a human being. Whew, I feel better. I feel better because I was able to get that out. I was holding on to that all day because I can't cry in public. I will only cry on social media. So I thank you all for allowing me to cry with you guys. I love you all. Thank you all for your amazing support. I love it. Thank you all so very much. Yes, I see you all. Usually I see people in here that I haven't seen in a while. Shout out to the Barbs that's in the house. I love you, Barbs. Thank you, Barbs. I love you so very much, Barbs. Oh, the beautiful Barbs. Okay. I love you, Barbs. Okay. Wait a minute. What is that person saying? Okay. Okay. Thank you. All right. I love you all. I mean, we probably only need one. He act like he's too good for Satiate now. After show on Satiate for Big Flow. Yeah, if it come out on time, because y'all, I like to go sleep. Last week you said the Barbs had. No, last week the Barbs are just really great. I think you got a confused part of me. I love the Barbs. The Barbs are one of the incredible people ever, and I love them. Thank you all so very much. I'm going to spend some time with my station head people. Not station head people. I'm going to spend some time with me because I'm emotional. I'm asking everybody, hey, living life with Danny. Hi. I'm going to revisit this TikTok. I got to get my emotions in order. I'm gonna get my emotions in order because as of right now, my emotions. I'm very emotional right now. I'm very emotional at this particular time. Very, very emotional. Okay. Very emotional. But I wear a size 14-inch shoe, 14 inches, 14 inch. Thank you all so very much. YouTube, thank you all so very much. Hi, YouTube family. Hi. How are you? Pizza girl. Hi, welcome. If this is your first time watching the Wiley Show, say hello. What? Look at the beautiful people in here. Welcome to the beautiful people. Listen, Nicki Minaj and I go way back. I remember back when my aunt, she was working in media at the time. She was a PR rep. And she sent me over a mixtape of Nicki Minaj because my aunt lives in New York. And so she sent me over a mixtape, and I said, oh my gosh, this is a iconic woman. I didn't know she was an icon then, but she was very talented, young woman that was very hungry. And so when I saw the Come Up DVD, I was honored that I sat there and I watched it. And I told my aunt, I said, in the next 10 years, she will be the greatest artist ever. She said, even greater than Jay-Z. I said, yes, even greater than Jay-Z. And my aunt just retired from 30 years working in PR and behind the scenes in media. She said, nephew, you got it right. I said, yes. She's one of the most powerful artists in the history of the music industry. Michael Jackson on top, and next under Michael Jackson is Nicki Minaj. And so my prediction did come true. My prediction came true. So it was an honor. It was an honor. My prediction it came true. It was first it was Michael Jackson, and now under Michael it's Nicki Minaj. Honestly, she had the crown. So I do want to thank her for that, for her amazing support. And so thank you, Nicki Minaj, for that. And I also want to thank myself. I do have to pat myself on the back because I put the prediction out and I put it out there. But even though Nicki doesn't know me at that particular time, but that's what I said behind the scenes. And I'm now saying it publicly to you all there. So I do want to thank my aunt Lisa, for her amazing work that she had been doing for artists. And my aunt Lisa was very, very active in Nicki's career, but she was behind the scenes. You can see my aunt Lisa at the bodega. You won't even know that that's a very powerful woman in the industry. But I love my aunt Lisa, and I can't wait till she come for her mother's birthday. My grandmother, she'll be 89 years old. I can't wait to see Aunt Lisa. I really just can't wait to see her next month. I really, every time I look at Aunt Lisa, it's just like, wow, for growing up in the projects to be a successful woman in the industry. It's just been an honor. So I love you, Aunt Lisa. Love you. Love you all. Thank you all so very much. I do have to go, but I will be back to revisit this. Thank you all so very much. Thank you for people that are liking this video. You all have been liking the video. God bless you and thank you. All right. If you're a Nicki Minaj fan, drop a unicorn. If you're a Nicki Minaj fan, drop a unicorn. If you got a big foot, drop a big foot. Just let me know. All right. Thank you all so very much. Good night, guys. Good night. God bless you. My name is Wally, and I approve this message. Thank you so very much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, yes. Thank you all for your amazing support. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Oh, I love you.